What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever. Hold on, no.
This is why you watch live.
Your Patreon
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe a dick falls out. Maybe we fuck up the intro.
10,000 episodes in. Getting used to the rigmarole.
Oh, my God.
Now switch it up on myself. All right. Refresh. Woosah. What's up, guys? Welcome to the second ever episode 2 of the Kind of Funny Gamescast. I'm Tim Gettys, joined by, as always, one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Hi, Greg.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Me too.
Of course, if you are... Why are you excited?
It's going to be a great episode.
Oh, sure. Fuck that. But I'm more talking about me.
They are.
If you're watching this show live, I am chilly. So I'm wearing the Ghostbusters coat over my Kind of Funny hoodie, as I've been doing recently. As
Layers.
As this cold wave has made its way across San Francisco for a few
It's
weeks
blistering
now.
cold.
Very stoked, because I've decided I like this jacket on me enough that I ordered another Miller patch that I'm going to have professionally sewn onto this Spirit Halloween jacket.
That's
and then I'll
nice.
be fucking cool as hell.
For a Spirit Halloween outfit, like that looks pretty legit.
It's good.
It
Look
lacks
at the patch.
like the
patch.
cheesy costume look.
Yeah, exactly. No.
It's more on the clothing
Oh,
side.
it's actually a canvas.
actually a patch,
Not,
yeah, right.
it's not just like hoodie material.
If you are a listener, right? Close your eyes while you drive the car, and I'll explain what's happening. I'm basically like, you know how you either have your friend's dad who was really good and outdoorsy, and it was like a wintry environment. I'm wearing one of those khaki jackets.
That's a
Carhartt,
good design.
exactly.
That is excellent.
But it is a Spirit Halloween version of it. Wait, open your eyes. Stop. You're about to get in a car accident. I saved you. Close them again. Hit the gas as hard as you can. But yeah, it's a Chibo Spirit Halloween Ghostbusters one. But it's a great. It actually is a really good jacket.
It is.
The only downside is fake pockets.
Oh, that's a real downside.
I couldn't
Put
do
them in
that.
there.
No, that's pocket.
But can the whole hand fit in
I
there?
mean, look at my phone, right? Like,
They're not big. They're not fake
that's how
pockets.
far
They're
my
not
phone
big.
goes.
His
My
iPhone
hands get
sticks out
cold.
of
I
that
literally
inch.
look it out. Look
Greg
at
has big hands.
No,
Look
you
at
can't
that.
do
Dude,
that.
these are
but
problems.
I have this
That's
thing
messed
up
up.
here where I can put things too. Yeah, Kevin.
Quick question.
Sure,
What
I don't
if-
mind. This is Spirit Halloween cast. After all.
What if you cut it open, flip the pocket out, and add an extension, fleece?
Kevin, you're a madman.
You lost me, and then you got me back.
I don't know what we're doing, but I'm in. I don't know what exactly is happening.
So Greg Miller's hands might not be able to fit in his pockets, but we all know who will. Fran Mirabella the third. Mr. Small Hands Fran
My
himself.
hands are not that small. You see what you've done to me, Tim?
I love it. I love it.
Beginning
I
of
love it
2020,
so
it's
much.
a new meme. Small
No,
hands.
put your hand.
Fran.
Put your hand
Small
up to me.
hands,
Put your hand
Fran.
up to me.
By the
Let's
way,
see.
someone's
Come
gonna
on.
Photoshop
Come here.
this.
Hey, can
Put your
somebody?
hand up again, though.
Come here.
because
Yeah, I want put it in. Put it in. Turn your
Yeah,
hand,
oh,
Fran.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not that.
Look at
big.
this
no.
guy, huh?
Sure,
It's like I'm Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
You,
Fran, give
Ludovichan.
him one of these. Can I get the one? Somebody out there, please Photoshop his hands to be very small.
They will. They definitely will.
Thank you very much. But Fran, where can people find you normally?
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, you know, I'm always on Twitch streaming out there at FM3_. But also, I want to say thanks again, everyone who has supported me in the Epic Game Store with creator code Fran Mirabella. This imposter FM3, that doesn't work. There's a code that works. I'm actually trying to track it down now because there's money going to FM3 that, you know, I'm not seeing. But anyway, Fran Mirabella in the store. You guys have been so supportive. Thank you.
And the new face of video games.
Oh
Blesing,
man,
out of
the
Yo-Yo
pressure
Jr.
never ceases.
Hey,
to
you know
just
what,
hit
dude?
me
We didn't
right
hire
here.
you to not put pressure on you. I hired you, and I was like, we're putting him into the fire.
Oh man, how's it going? How you doing?
He'll have to wave it off himself. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
man. I'm waving it.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. This is your second Gamescast, man.
Well, third if you don't.
The second ever.
Third if you count my up and comers week. If you don't count my up and comers week, second.
Okay, well, this is
Don't
your
count it
Yeah.
as an employee,
Well,
right?
just-
Yeah, as an employee, my second one.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. This is the Kind of Funny Gamescast each and every week right here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. We get together, talk about video games, all the things that we love about them. You can get the show ad-free by going to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. That also gets you the exclusive post show. Very exciting stuff for everybody involved. Shout out to our Patreon producer for this month, James Hastings, the man, the myth, the legend, always trying to make cool things happen. This show goes live every Thursday on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames and podcast service. Just search for Kind of Funny Gamescast. We like to give you all those options, you know what I mean? And we like you to be part of the show, which you can do by being a Patreon supporter. Or if we get something wrong, you can just go to kindoffunny.com/gamescast. You're wrong to correct us, and we will get to it the following week. Just like Marcus Hutchins did. Regarding Killer Queen Black, Tim, knocked it for encountering the same opponents over and over. But I watched the stream and you guys were messing up by selecting randomized teams instead of backing out and selecting quick match again. Randomizing teams will keep the same 8 players and mix up the teams if no one's squatted up. I play all the time and rarely ever face the same team back to back. It's not Killer Queen's fault. It's your fault, Tim.
Wow.
Also, they've added crossplay with PC since it launched. I wasn't necessarily just referring to the stream. I was referring to every time I've tried to play with my friends, which has been like 4 or 5 times now. But thank you for educating me. I have been doing this wrong the entire time, and maybe that would have changed my views on Killer Queen Black and making it into. Probably wouldn't have made my top 5 still, but
Great game.
Not totally
fantastic
intuitive, though,
game.
that setup. You mean
Exactly.
Also, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Maybe
Hopefully-
not your fault entirely.
Yeah. But anyway, shout out to you.
So that's
Marcus.
why
Great
we never
use of you're wrong.
became the black team like we wanted to, because we kept fighting the same
Exactly.
people. Damn it. How do you? That doesn't make sense though. So how do you? Oh, whatever. That's an argument for a different Gamescast, I
Yes.
assume.
On this week, we're talking all
How does it know I'm
about
winning?
Killer
How does it know that I'm winning? You know what I mean? How am I going to keep backing out if I'm? How does it know I'm winning? I got to be on a hot streak. When
Yeah, I
was
don't
doing
know.
the
man.
snail trail.
I just
You know?
don't. The snail trail.
Oh.
Snail trail.
What?
You ever play Killer Queen Black or Killer Queen?
I think I played it like once in an arcade.
Yeah?
I don't remember anything about a snail trail. Oh wait, no, the snail's the thing that's slowly crawling.
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah, okay, now this makes sense. Now
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got it.
Snail trail. To be clear, is a Greg Millerism.
Okay.
Well, it's
Not
an
an
ism
official
as well.
feature of the game.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I coined it and no one's thought of it before.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
There you
two
go.
types of snail trails. The snail trail in real life when a snail leaves the trail, and then the snail trail when I only win in Killer Queen Blank by getting on it and doing the snail trail across the screen.
I'm pretty sure
think there's a third
Yeah,
type.
there's a third one.
But let's not
Never
get
heard
into
of
that.
We're not gonna talk about.
I don't know what you guys are talking
Don't,
about. But
not
but it
appropriate
sounds
for the show.
nasty.
No, let's save it for
It's
the post show.
It's just not appropriate.
Oh,
Yeah?
man. Oh.
God, Kevin's eyes got really big there. Wow. Okay, we'll
ruined everything.
keep that for the
Yeah.
post show because today
Oh yeah, that's when we're gonna go to Urban Dictionary and look up snail trail.
the topic
Oh,
of the show is bets and predictions of Metacritic scores in 2020. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, and I make note to myself. I keep notes very simply.
I got a
Oh, you
crisp
got your money
$10
ready,
bill
dude?
for the bet. Who's
I
in?
don't know how
You
many
what
more
I mean?
pizza bets we can do.
Yeah, well, we
I think
can't
only
track
have,
them anymore. There's
what,
too many
one or
pizza
two
bets.
going? I forget how many.
Ooh, $1! Wow.
Oh, big
Look
money,
at this.
Fran.
He's got 20s in his
got
wallet.
20s,
Guys,
like-
there's no reason to go to the Epic Games Store and use Fran Mirabella as a code. Okay.
Crisp one right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
So
guys,
what-
do
are
you
we
guys
just-
accept credit? I don't know.
Don't take
I
that
can
on
spot you
video.
$1. I'll spot you $1. I got dollars.
Zoom in and steal
You
your
want me to
whole
spot you $1?
situation.
Kevin has money.
There's my $1.
There we
Wait,
go.
are we really
Tim's
betting?
$1. Yeah.
Okay.
Now
Is
it's
this
in.
legal?
No, I really need
Yeah,
you to
of
go
course
to the
it
game
is.
Okay.
store.
This is international water.
International waters, man. That's
Greg, this is
exactly how
game
things
store
work
money.
here.
Some kid in the Kind of Funny podcast thing, because I make a phone call on the Kind of Funny podcast, like, isn't that illegal? And I'm like, be cool, chat.
Just be
Just
cool.
be cool,
Just be
everybody.
cool.
Greg, do you see how long my cash has been in there? It's all beat up that I don't spend. You
Sure.
see?
Yeah, well, cash is stupid.
Yeah,
AF,
I
you know
don't
what I
use
mean?
credit.
Yeah,
That's
cash-
why.
cash is
Exactly.
very
Now I got
silly.
the
Yeah.
Apple
This is
Watch.
emergency.
I only carry ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strip clubs.
My type of guy. My
Yeah.
type of guy. No, so here's the thing. I've been wanting to do this topic for a long time, and I keep sending myself the same email. I keep my notes via email. I email myself
Sure. Note
with like
to self.
a subject keyword. Keyword for this show would be Gamescast. I'll be like, Gamescast predicts Metacritic scores. And then when I've searched for Gamescast, I swear to God, I had this like 7 different times, and we just never have done it. Now it's the beginning of the year. We got more games than ever coming out.
2020.
We're doing Gamescast differently, where every show's its own topic. It feels perfect. We got a great crew of people to predict. And Fran, don't worry, I got some rules for you, okay? Because I knew we were gonna have to.
I'd never do that,
We're
Tim.
gonna
How
have to
dare you.
define the rules of what's going on here.
Are you noting everybody's
I
predictions and
have
stuff?
a
Because
spreadsheet.
I want to get up here and win the dollar pool.
I have a spreadsheet right now with a list of 29 games. 29
Okay.
games.
Oh, that's
Okay.
much more reasonable. Okay. Fuck, sorry.
You know what I like about this?
What's up?
It means that by the end of the year, I'll be back on the show. For sure. Because you're going to wait the whole year and then have me back.
We'll have you back, man.
Security, right there.
Yeah, there
Somebody
you
make a
go.
note. I want to know if in a
Insurance.
year did Fran track down FM3. Maybe
Yeah,
you get that guy.
a year from now.
That'd
I'll
be great.
just
That-
change my name.
are we taking a bet on that? If he gets it back or not?
I
No,
like how
so-
Fran's like, I'm going to track him down and get my money. I'm like, well, the guy's got a creator code. It might be his money, too.
Dude, I looked everywhere. Anyway. Not worth getting.
From now on, I'm only supporting FM3.
No, I Google search, I Twitter search. This person doesn't exist. I'm that person. I want that money.
Out of context, this is wild. I have no
I
idea
know,
what's going
I
on.
love it, man. He sounds like a pimp. All right, so I have a spreadsheet right now that has 29 game names. What?
Just that's awesome. Fake pockets here, but this one's big enough for my wallet.
why?
Now
Really?
my ass is even. It's great.
There you
Look
go.
at me, everybody. I got a
There you
new
go.
ass.
So we got
Snail
game
trail.
names. We have the Metacritic score that we'll eventually add once it comes in. We'll have me, Greg, Blessing, Fran. We're just going to go one by one, and I'll put the numbers that we come into. What's up?
So are we going Metacritic the day of? Metacritic a month and
So
a half?
here are some rules.
That's a great question.
Here are some rules. Here are some rules that I came up with, and we can discuss if we need to add any more. Highest console score counts. We're not counting
Okay.
PC score, but if a game's on Xbox and PlayStation,
Yeah.
the higher scoring console
Makes sense.
gets the
Makes
points.
sense.
So the example is if the Xbox Series X,
Jedi Fallen Order.
yeah, the
shit.
next version of it,
Jedi Fallen Order 2's this
gets
year?
the highest score.
Heard it here first.
That's the score we use. Let's say the PlayStation 4 version was the top selling, though. It doesn't matter. Just the highest score.
The highest scoring console version.
What if it's a situation, you probably don't have any of these on here, I imagine, but it's an Inside situation where Inside came out in like August for Xbox and then September for PlayStation, but we didn't know it was coming out for PlayStation.
Delayed
but-
release. How are we going to do it?
Doesn't matter.
It would be
Well,
the
yeah,
same.
we still need-
It would
scoring
change
console
later.
He still hasn't
version.
answered what the turnaround time on the Metacritics are.
Turnaround
yeah.
time is the score from the end of the year when we do the Gamescast results topic of this topic. So
yeah.
we will do a
Oh,
topic
okay.
at the end
At
of the
that
year, and at that time, whatever the score
Oh,
is,
okay.
will be the score that we go with.
So
because scores kind of fluctuate a little bit here and there.
Theoretically, we're saying, and I'm not tying us to this, don't throw it in our face, but like the Gamescast before Game of the Year.
Yes,
Would that make sense? Before we
probably.
go to 2021, like
Yes.
the last 2020 Gamescast.
Yep, it'd be in the
Somebody
month
remind
of
me.
December somewhere, and we don't know all
Christmas
the December
Day.
dates yet.
Come find us.
So what I'm saying here is this might put us in a situation where there's a couple. Actually, I don't think there's any game on this list that's going to be that late in December.
Things could get pushed. You
Well,
never
we
know.
don't
Things
know a
can't
lot
get
of
pushed.
what's
Things
going on
can't.
yet.
What I'm saying, if we don't know, we're not predicting it.
Yeah. That's,
So
yeah.
that protects
good
us a little
point.
bit. But if any of these games get delayed into December, or I have, for example, Assassin's Creed on here,
Ragnarok.
might be Ragnarok question mark is what I put there. That might come out in December. I doubt it, but if it did, that would be put in an interesting situation. But the rules are the rules.
Right.
It doesn't matter even if the game comes out and then the next Gamescast is this, whatever the Metacritic score is at that point.
Tim, would you, if this was popular enough, everybody shared it with their friends and told them to watch it on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, would you be open to, like, what if there's like a check-in later in the year where you you don't change your previous scores necessarily, but maybe you add some to the list. Maybe it's a small
some
segment.
games?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I like
let's
that.
say
I
something
like that.
huge released we know is coming in September after E3. You have some summer show, and you say, we're going to add 5 games to the list.
I love it.
A segment.
That's a good call, especially
Maybe.
because right now we don't know Nintendo. There's very few
Yeah, I
Nintendo
know.
games going on right here.
Like
We
if-
know they're going to be releasing stuff this year.
that
So
could be
yeah,
fun.
we'll add some of the stuff, especially PlayStation launch titles, Xbox launch titles.
Sure,
We're going to
sure.
get some more in there.
Man.
Okay.
But is there any other rules before we start that we feel are necessary?
Oh,
Because I
what-
feel
what-
like that kind of covers everything.
Are we
can
doing
veto
100
Blessing.
100-point scale? What?
It's Metacritic.
Metacritic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 100-point scale.
And these are not Price is Right rules.
It is
Thank you.
Yeah.
no
'Cause I-
Price is Right rules. It is
Who's closest?
Yeah.
Like, so if something came out at an 87 and I predict 85, Fran predicts 89, we both get the same amount of points there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
2 away.
yeah.
Cool.
Lame.
I
Price
like
is Right
that.
rules are
Price
better.
is Right rules are so dumb.
They make you think. All right. This is like
Yeah.
going
They don't make
bowling
you
and you want
think.
the
Yeah.
bumpers
Barker.
on.
Because
You want
if
the bumpers on.
I do like the idea of everybody else predict something that I think is too high, then me going $1.
Yes!
Yeah. Like, that's strategy. That's
Yeah.
strategy.
That's
I appreciate.
fun.
Did you know that if there's 3 doors at a game show and there's a prize behind one of those doors, and go watch Internet Explorers, it's a whole fucking thing. It's gonna blow your goddamn mind, Greg. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not a fucking.
All right,
There's nothing
guys.
behind any of the doors.
I'm gonna
Is that
tell
what
you
it is?
this so fast. You are not allowed to ask any goddamn questions.
So fast
I'm
you'll
just
forget
presenting
Jim
it to
Jones.
you. I'm not saying I believe in it. I'm just saying that these are the facts that we're giving you.
'Kay.
It's a game show. There's 3 different doors. There's a prize behind one of those doors. All right. You choose your first pick. You don't know what's behind it. The host then goes, "Okay, cool. Let's see what's behind the other door." Another one of the 2 that are empty, right?
yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, hey, there was nothing there." You get your opportunity to switch your vote or to keep your same vote that you have. What do you do?
I'll stick. I'm
You said
sticking.
you weren't going to ask those questions. Stick. Sure.
Bless, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm sticking.
Cool. Great. Why? Is it a 50
You
50
scared
shot
me.
between those 2?
I mean,
just
now it is, but I think
It's not. There's a 2/3 chance it's the other one. there's a 1/3 chance it's the one that you originally chose. Like I said, you're not allowed to ask questions. We're gonna move the fuck on.
Fran just like, yeah, it makes sense.
Sorry, I was thinking that there were 2 other doors, and those are the 2/3. But okay, we'll discuss after maybe post-show.
Yeah, or just watch Internet Explorers. We go into it in depth, and it blew my fucking mind, and I don't quite understand it.
This is why you
but I
lose
believe
all
it.
your money on Deal or No Deal, not me. I pick the case, I stick with the case.
Maybe
Get
it's
outta
based
here,
on
Alex.
odds.
1/3 odds compared to 2/3 odds, man.
It's
So
120 odds.
confused.
They call it the Monty Python equation.
Well, you know, this makes sense. I saw somebody on Reddit talking about Monty Python.
This is why. This is why. All right, are you guys ready to get into this?
Dun,
Now,
dun, dun,
another
dun,
thing
dun,
that I'm
dun,
going to
dun,
say
dun.
that we're allowed to do during this. So, a couple other things actually. We're all allowed to choose the same point.
Same score. Okay.
So it doesn't need. It's not like calling dibs on anything. It's like everyone gets their own bets for all of these, right? Then on top of that, we are allowed to reference old Metacritic scores. So if we want some kind of like context, Kevin will bring up Metacritic. We'll look up games. We can like have the discussion about like, what is the high end of Metacritic? Because you guys might be surprised at what the top games on Metacritic are.
I already did some homework on these games, but not all games.
Old games, yeah.
I'm coming in as a blank slate because I don't like to cheat. Unlike Fran, also Price is Right rules are better.
That's not
My
cheating.
next so my question then. Well, I guess we can pick the same one, so it doesn't matter.
He's on it right now.
Oh, I'm here. I'm ready to go, bro.
I don't like the cheat. Staring at Metacritic.
I'm ready. I knew from the beginning I was gonna be able to put things in here and see what's up. I digress. Go.
What's your?
I forgot that you're playing with the bumpers now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. You were about to say something about Price is Right.
Well, again, yeah, you're playing by baby rules. I'm coming down from a grown adults game. You know what I mean?
The
Because I was
rules
going to
are
say,
established,
my
right?
original question was, are we going to go like this and go back and forth? But then,
Yeah.
of course, if we can all pick the same
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
what does
yeah.
it fucking matter? What's
No.
the inclination?
Great. We're doing the real version of this on PS I Love You. So
We're doing it.
Yeah.
No, we're doing a fantasy football league with games. It's
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
Don't worry
That's
about it.
different
That's
ass
the-
game.
that's the
It's a
snake
different
draft.
game, dude. That's like
Yeah.
trying to
Where?
play
Oh, for
baseball
sure.
on
Oh,
a
yeah.
soccer
No,
field.
Where
this
there
is-
can be a winner and loser, not
Yeah.
like you with your participation badges out here. You know what I mean?
Participation badges,
Here's your
you-
trophy. Good job.
Yeah.
Here's the
This
thing.
is
At
the
the end of the
casual
day,
version.
you only get a point if you get it right.
Here's what I'm gonna ask the lobby to do. All right, when Tim says his score and he starts it, we all just say Tim's score to show him he broke the system and this is a broken game. Thank you.
I'm with Greg on this one.
Of course he is.
I try so hard
I love
to
you,
just make the
XOXO.
rules clear and concise.
I am
Makes
staying
sense.
silent on this matter. There's
Here
great
we are,
games to discuss.
17 minutes into the episode.
That's what I mean.
Anytime we do these, we always mess it up because it gets too complicated.
And I'm trying
I'm
to
saying.
keep it as
This
simple
is
as
super
possible.
simple. Like he's just trying to get you to turn on Price is Right rules. Just get into it. He's trying to get you to
We're
turn.
getting into it,
I'm
He's
guys.
getting
wearing
a
you
lot of
down.
comments about how good I look in this jacket because I
You look
fucking
real
look good.
darn
Tim,
good,
I'm wearing
Greg.
this out tonight. Get ready.
I
Darn
appreciate
good,
that. I'm wearing this out tonight. All right. Number 1, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Now this is complicated because some people here might already have review codes for this game. So I don't think.
Yeah, but as long as none of us do, it doesn't matter.
But
now we
he's
can
but it's-
say if we did potentially.
I mean, I think it's fine for me to say that I have have a code for Kakarot.
There you go.
So I don't think I can really.
I
Well,
didn't
I mean,
know
see,
that
here's the thing, though. You get to get, like, that doesn't change anything.
Yeah,
I
like
can steal your choice.
yeah,
if
you-
I
Hold on,
want.
no, time out.
He knows more about the game, is what he's saying.
Right, but
Yeah.
he's probably embargoed from talking
but
about the
I'm
game.
also embargoed from like doing any sort of score stuff. Is my thing.
Yes, if you
See
are.
what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
raises a good point. He's got to sit this out.
He can give it silently.
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah,
he
let
can
him
write it
add
down
it
as a
after.
silent ballot, give it to you, you put it on your thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
We don't
Yeah.
mention it on this show.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
find
I'm-
out later.
And I'm like,
You're streaming it this week, right?
yeah, tomorrow. Yep.
Okay.
It's
is
a good point.
Is the review score stuff up then tomorrow, or is that just streaming?
Yep. Review scores up tomorrow.
Tomorrow you can reveal what you passed to Tim.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
It'll be cool, dude. It's funny
text it to
because
you.
like I can't imagine they care what you're guessing Metacritic will be because it's not your review. But whatever.
I'm sitting. You're,
Better
you're
safe
telling
than
me Bandai Namco, Denny himself, not
Denny
at
has
HQ
been-
right now, subscribe to our Patreon, watching this stream like a hawk, waiting for Blessing to fuck it up.
He's got a big red button waiting to press.
Yeah.
Also, for context, because I don't want people to think that I have an advantage. I'm only like 30 minutes into Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
See, I think I might have played more than him already because I played it at Judge Week.
There you
But
go.
no, I'm not gonna worry about it. You know what I mean? Because I look good in this jacket.
Let's guess some scores.
I'm expecting this game is going to be at the least good, at the best great. So, let's see. Where do I start? I'm in the 80s somewhere.
Nah, fam.
Let him go. Let him hang himself. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Give him all the rope in the world.
No, but then it wouldn't work because he would hit the floor.
Run away.
Too much rope.
I'm going to start the conversation at 81.
Ooh, okay.
What do you suggest? You're not going to change it. Once you decide,
No,
that's
he's,
it, right?
That's it. He's locked into it, but he's saying since he starts, that was his first swing. You know what I mean? Now
yeah,
it's there.
Gotcha.
Also, we're allowed to, until we move on to the next game, you're allowed to change your
No. Once you
Why
say,
not?
Then it's got to be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire rules, where we say final answer, fine.
No, actually,
All right,
I don't
that's
mind.
You want?
I love the idea
Why?
of changing my mind.
I like
You know
the
what?
final answer
Somebody
thing.
give me a
Because,
baby
like,
Bjorn to put Tim in, all right? Because we got a whiny little
part of the
baby trying to
conversation's
play
here.
a man's
I
game
like
over
I
here.
like the idea of being like, oh yeah, I think 80, Greg thinks 70, and then you realize like, oh
No,
man,
no,
maybe
you know what?
maybe I went
I
too
think
high.
it's okay to
I'm gonna go
sway.
69.
It
There's
is
so
not
many
okay.
games on this list.
Yes,
Yeah, it
that's
doesn't-
why you should be definitive. This is back to the door answer. It wasn't door
You
number
don't
3.
wanna start this,
You
Greg.
picked door 2. Do you want to change it? I go, no, because I have the power of Jesus in me, and I know behind that door is my goat. Now open up and show me the goat.
I think
The
there should be
goat's a
a final
bad
answer.
thing. The zonks.
The what?
You guys, it's a whole fucking
Yeah,
thing,
I think it's
man.
fine that you can change the score, but whatever. It's Tim's rules, man. He can do what he wants.
I hate this show.
I mean, I know
hate
you're
Tim.
CEO.
It's my world. You just live in it.
McWorld. It could happen.
I'm just putting out 74. That's it. Sticking
Fran-
with it.
Fran
You're not going to
went
change
Yeah,
the
exactly
74.
right. That's the thing.
I mean, I could, but 74.
Here's where my
Easy peasy.
head goes, ladies and gentlemen. I played this as Judges Week. Felt like it was, I don't know, Dragon Ball. Okay, cool. The fighting was fun. Flying was fun. Fighting people in but it was a very empty-ish world where I was running around. There's people there, like, or flying around. There's people around. I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't think I'm with you, where it's good, great, somewhere in that range. My prediction would be that, and what'll fuck up the scores is that, of course, to review this, you're going to be a Dragon Ball fan. So I think you're coming into that knowing the Dragon Ball lore already, then having to wrestle with what is as a gameplay mechanics. I think for me, reviewing this game would be very different, and honestly, not the review you'd want, right? Because I'd just be talking about mechanics and be like, I don't understand this Goku guy. They want him to fight Superman all the time. Clearly, Superman would beat him to death, but no big deal.
How you? So many people.
So
are
from
mad
what
at
I played, I'm gonna say, what I played paired with the fact that I think Dragon Ball fans will be reviewing this, 76.
me. 4. Oh.
I was right there between 76, 77.
I texted Tim my number,
Yeah.
and the only thing I'll say is that I think we're coming off of a great Dragon Ball Z game with Dragon Ball Fighters, and there are a lot of Dragon Ball Z games out there, and so
Xenoverse 2.
Xenoverse 2.
Xenoversology.
And so
Xeno.
I think even if you're reviewing it as a Dragon Ball Z fan, you're coming into it with a certain baggage.
But here, educate me. Those games weren't like this, right? This is an open world RPG kind of
Dragon
thing.
Ball Fighters is a fighting game. Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 are similar-ish because like Dragon Ball, both of those are MMO-ish, but they are RPGs, and so like gameplay is kind of similar. Story is different because Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 aren't necessarily the stories of Z. They're their own stories that are adding on to what's going on in Dragon Ball Z. The thing about Kakarot is that you are playing as Goku and you are doing like the actual story, which is going to appeal to a lot of people in a different way. But yeah, that's all I can really say about it.
Okay.
Cool.
Next up.
Journey to the Savage Planet.
What?
Another
How many games are we doing this year?
29.
I actually don't know that. Oh, 29 you said? Journey to the Savage Planet. Huh.
Yes.
I don't even know what that
to the
is. I don't know
Savage
if I'm
Another
Planet.
game I played at Judges Week.
A smaller title.
Completely
505.
underwhelmed. But I know other people did enjoy it. Huh. That's a good one. Again, I'm not like Fran. I didn't try to cheat. I come in blind.
It's on all the
You
different
played the
systems.
game, Greg. That's not blind.
Or will be coming to all the
I'm
different
just trying to
systems.
see what the game looks like.
Yeah, Kev, can you bring this up?
That is not blind. You understand how the game
You
works.
literally looked at it with your eyes. But yeah, for those that don't know, this might be a good one. What would you describe the game as? We're watching a little trailer of it, but like, what do you do? What's
It's
the
an
appeal?
upbeat co-op adventure game set in a bright and colorful alien world filled with weird and wonderful
wow.
creatures.
Nah, you got to
This looks
compare it
cool.
to some stuff. That's a CG trailer, Blessing. Come on.
I mean, yeah, but still, it's colorful.
I want to show me the gameplay, baby.
Yeah, if you want, Kevin, IGN
Kevin,
has
show
had
some gameplay.
43 minutes of footage. That might be a better one to
I want
toss
to
up,
see this
jump to the middle
Pixar
of.
inspired stuff. It's great. It looks the trailer's great, but hey, Kevin, it's a little loud, by the way.
We're on that.
Oh,
It looks like it has a lot of personality. is what I'll
gameplay.
say.
Here we
That
go.
does.
Seeing double wielding. Is that Cheese Whiz and a gun? What is that? Oh, okay. So you're like walking around, adventuring on a planet, scanning some
Finding some egg
things.
sacks.
Is this
You
like
got a little
No Man's
pistol.
Sky-ish?
Yeah, it's funny. It has a No Man's Sky look. I don't
Yeah.
think it's procedurally generated.
It's from Typhoon Studios, publisher 505
What'd they
Games, coming to
previously do?
PS4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. They previously...
This actually looks totally decent.
Mm-hmm.
It has a little Fran. Yeah, it's got me interested.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm going.
Anytime you
I'll
scan
wait.
in
This
a
is
game
their first project.
and look around like this, I'm like, oh, it's like Metroid Prime. I love it.
It's their first project.
Okay. It looks good. If you guys have not seen it, check it out. I'm liking that the side effect of the show, Tim, of like, hey,
Yeah.
you might wanna
Education there for you.
keep your eye.
Journey to the Savage Planet is going to get
It's gonna say 81 again.
a 68.
Whoa. Okay. It's just like, it's okay. That's what Tim thinks on the IGN scale. Honestly, I don't know enough about it. So with that in mind, having just seen a little bit of footage, which is a lot of walking around and looking at things, I'm going to go on the high end of the 70s at 77.
7.1.
Why do you got to be a jerk like that?
On what? What did I do?
That's not the 7.1, you mean
Yeah.
71.
Oh, sure. Sorry. I still think IGN, because
No,
I'm riding
put
or
him down
die
for a
IGN.
7.
I'm
You
like,
can't
Put it down for a 7.1.
Last minute he's very concise with how bad this is going to be.
71. Sorry.
I was gonna say 68. Instead, I'm gonna say 69.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Nice.
My man.
I knew
Yeah,
it.
like I said, played it at Judges Week and just was like, meh.
Yeah.
Like I thought, like it does have a whole bunch of jokes in a cutie world and all that stuff, but it's just like, no, I don't remember anything about
Do
it.
you
Where
remember
I
what
was
you
like,
did,
yeah.
though? It's funny.
I wandered around and collected shit like you did in that fucking
You
like
ever
the 2
shoot
seconds.
anything?
No. Yeah, I think I did. I don't remember. I can go dig out my notebook if you want.
Early
My
games,
note is probably just like,
to be fair, and it's a year later, early games can be like that, right? Where you're
100%.
I'm not really sure what it's about, or like,
Look how many times last year I got burned by a preview.
yeah,
This game's
and
great.
something
Oh,
gets
this game did not come out together.
It's hooks in you, so
Darksiders Genesis.
which is already out, right?
Right.
This is just coming to console.
No.
So
Is it out?
Yep, it's
Yeah.
on PC and it's
Oh.
on Stadia. You might have heard of
so-
it, everybody.
yeah, let's just look up.
Kev,
What's it-
bring up Darksiders Genesis on Metacritic currently.
Greg's looking at. We think the
78
page
is what it's
78.
got. I think the
So
page.
wait, what's it coming out for?
Console now.
Going in
Console.
blind.
Okay.
PS4, Xbox One, Switch.
But it's coming to PS4. You said you're taking the best score. Right,
Here's
Tim?
my thing. I almost feel like we should take this one off. I fucked
'Cause
up.
it's already
I
out.
didn't realize
I
it was
agree
already
with
out
you.
on
Okay.
on
I'm with that too. I think that.
But I was going to just say it's going to get the same score because that will be the best version of it, which is on PC. So
Well,
let's
I'll-
go.
No, we're
My guess would've
console,
been-
best console
Yeah.
version is what we said, remember?
Because I would have just like taken
Oh.
off like 5 from that, and that
Never.
would have been my score.
I forgot.
My thing about it would be, too, like, what's interesting about leaving it on is that, and I think it's going to get more buzz coming to console than it did on PC and Stadia.
Yeah.
So I think it might have more reviews, which might actually lead to a different score than what it has on PC.
It's already out though, so
Oh, it's already out. I thought even it's already off the list. So
We can't
wait,
take
you're
it
saying
back.
Darksiders Genesis? Still.
Yeah.
Are we keeping it or not?
I say we boot it.
I'm down with either. I'm just laughing at
None of
that
us
being,
played it, though.
That being what we originally said is
I
that
did.
it's already out. Greg giving a whole explanation, the friend being like, "Yeah, but it's already out."
Yeah, that's all well and good, but fuck it, it's done.
All right.
I would have said 82. I think console that's going to do 82. I'm just
Really,
saying.
you think it's gonna be better on
I do.
console?
I do
Go
think
higher.
it's going to do better.
You
Here we
gotta
go,
get it out
guys.
there just to get an extra
Dreams.
point.
Ooh.
What
know.
is Dreams gonna get?
Let's have some.
Who
The
has
first
played it already?
PlayStation exclusive
I
of
played
the
it.
year.
Yeah, he's played a lot,
Yeah, I
actually.
really love Dreams. Can anybody go first? Does it matter?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Because here's the while you debate, I'm
Yeah.
going to present what I think the case is. Right, is that the creation tools we already know are fantastic. The creations we already know are fantastic. How good is for the real release Media Molecules levels, let alone their onboarding of here's all this stuff we have for you, and how do they make it fun to explore, fun to create, and not overwhelming and scare you off?
See, my thing is, do critics really take in Media Molecules levels into account as much as they take in the creation tools and what they're seeing people use the creation tools for? Like, I feel like if I was reviewing that game, I would look at it more for what's the community putting out, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to matter way more than Media
100%.
Molecules
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And so,
But that's my thing, right? Is if
Yeah.
if it's just play the story or go into fucking create mode, like is how good is, and I know it is good, but how good is their creation in the final, or I'm sorry, curation in the final build?
Yeah.
Of bringing and surfacing the really
curation
cool
would be
shit
so
and making
important.
you find it.
I'm going to say 86. That's my guess.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that high or low to you?
Very high.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
I mean,
I think the tools.
I'm thinking 82, so it's not like that. But like 86. All right, hold on.
Like, what else on Metacritic is 86? Like,
see
what
the
am I
difference?
putting in?
1.9.
That's what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that Metacritic, like even the top best games of all time aren't at 10. You get what I'm saying? Or sorry, at 100.
100, yeah. I mean, yeah, like a lot of the best games
So
of
it's
all
like-
time are at like 95 and stuff.
When you're close to 90,
Yeah.
we're
But-
talking about.
That's the thing is, I think Dreams is very impressive, and I think that'll go a long way. I think there was a review. I forgot who reviewed it, but somebody reviewed it in early access, and I think gave it a 10. And it was like a name that I recognized, and so I think that game might come out and knock people on their back. I don't know if it's gonna sell, but if we're talking about reviews, I think it's gonna review really well.
Was that recent Cyberpunk PlayStation era thing made in Dreams?
Yeah.
That was freaking cool. And I
It
didn't
was.
play it, so I don't know how much is in there. But man, it is amazing to see what they're doing with the tools. So it comes out when? March?
What you looking at, Greg? Share
Oh, wait, it
with
comes out
the
February.
class.
I want to have my one last piece here. All right,
This comes
cool.
out on Valentine's Day, right?
It does. February 14th, the day after the Dice Awards. Everybody watch me host the Dice Awards. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Tim Gettys, I'm saying
Fist bump.
88. I'm saying an 88. Sorry.
Holy crap.
Now here's my reasoning
like it.
behind
I
it.
was like,
Look at
Greg?
Metacritic, right? Little Big Planet for Media Molecule, 95. Little Big Planet 2, 91. Little Big Planet Vita, or I'm sorry, PSP, 87, but that had Tarsier involved. Tearaway Vita, 87. Like Media Molecule makes great games that are critically acclaimed, and I don't think you can look past that and be like, Dreams is a wackadoo idea, I know, and it's totally nebulous, and we've all been around the block on what is it, how is it gonna go, yada yada yada. I think that it is from a critical analysis of that game. When you sit down to play it, and we keep talking about it on PS I Love You, of like, man, Bus has introduced a new segment where he's like going through and looking at Dreams, right, and critiquing them. Like, I want to play all those things, but I want to wait for the full build to get trophies now at this point because it's like a month away, right? And it's that thing of, I think when it finally is time to review that game, and PlayStation gets behind it and is like, hey, everybody, here's your code to go review this game. You turn it on. Hopefully you're getting a whole bunch of cool shit from Media Molecule. But then, yeah, if they get it right and you go into the creation suite or whatever the other option is, and it is, hey, here are 10 fucking incredible things that you don't know how they did. And we want to teach you how to make it. We want to do all this stuff. Like, I think it's going to review really well. It's going to sell really well. Different story.
And that's the thing. I think the biggest roadblock for Dreams is more its selling potential rather than its qualities as a product.
Yeah.
And to correct myself from earlier, right? Game Informer reviewed Dreams on May 21st and gave it a 9.5. And so, that's where I'm coming from.
Suck
Yeah.
it, hater.
They reviewed
I
the
just
beta
think
last year?
that
Yeah.
Dreams
Well,
is going to have a lot
It just
more
says Dreams review. It doesn't even say Dreams beta review.
okay reviews that
But it
will
was
drag
last
the
year
average
of
down.
Whatever.
I mean, that's always the thing. Where
Yeah.
how do you weight it, right? Even with Darksiders, where we just talked about it had a 70 something, right? Like IGN, of course, gave it like an 86. Like it's like, where do you fall? And like there are different people who will have an axe to grind. They're out
sure.
to go after dreams. They hate dreaming.
They hate Dreams.
They hate dreams. They love to stomp on dreams. I still think it's going to be I think it's a technical marvel already, let alone to jump in there and now have a backbone to it that's putting it all together.
Fran Mirabella.
I was thinking so hard on this. What'd you say, Greg? What was the score?
I said 88.
That's a really good guess.
Thank you.
That's where I was leaning. Tim, you're a 4.
I'm 82. Greg's 88.
Yeah, he's
Bless
86
is
over here.
86.
So I wrote down, I'll tell you, I have an Excel sheet. And my first intuition was maybe we're just going to keep it simple and do 10-point scale. So I wrote down 90. Now,
Wow.
that's where I wanted to be. And it's good. I mean, Greg's pretty much right there with me. So I like to hear that. I want to believe. And so I'm going to just stick with it.
Okay.
90. I want to
Wow.
believe, man. I want to believe that
Do
a
not
new...
underestimate the power
And
of PlayStation.
here's the thing. I think
That's right.
I started from like 89, and I was like, that's probably way too much. And so to hear you guys be like 88 and 90, I respect it.
Kev.
I really respect
New
it.
franchise, very pretty, and I've seen tons of creativity.
Can you bring up all time?
I think it's going to swell throughout the year, too.
Yeah.
Of like, holy cow, did you see this? And also, we still haven't seen what will happen on if it comes to PS5, which it would seem like a shoe-in to me, like at this point.
So, like, looking here, this is just for context.
Well,
The
'cause it's
some
cross.
all-time scores going on. The green there to the left is the number itself. So,
Oh, this is great to have.
Yeah.
Keep that tab open.
Ocarina of Time is the only one with a 99.
Sure.
And then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, baby, coming in hard at 98, right?
Yep.
Then, like, go down to a 90.
Need for Speed. No.
Ninja Gaiden Black, 94.
Can you open new pages for the... Oh.
Metal Gear
Ninja Gaiden
Solid
Black
4,
was
94.
amazing.
Maybe
Was
you
it?
can filter.
Yeah.
I never played it.
Yeah, Black was like, if I remember correctly, that's the
Do you
like,
notice...
superior version.
Oh, interesting.
Are there fewer reviews as well as you go farther back? Because you'll notice there's a lot of the higher scores. There's a lot of older games in there. Now I'm not saying that they're not amazing.
There's less people.
But you'll notice like
I think we'll all agree Madden 2004 was a 94.
Hey, Madden 2004 was dope as hell. Like, that one even got me.
Yeah, I think I remember Madden 2004.
The soundtrack was just too damn good.
Was that the one where they added the trucks?
Dude, look at that. Sekiro, 91, baby. Look at that.
Peggle.
Look at that.
What's your point?
What do you want your point?
No,
I want to see.
For
I want to
reference.
see.
Here we
Just
go.
for context.
For context, I'm trying to see like
Yeah.
what type of game gets a 90.
Like, do you see Dreams among the like
Half-Life
the
2 on Xbox. Get it in 90.
Greg, you'll appreciate this one.
Do I
Ghost
think Dreams
Recon
is gonna be better than
Advanced
Ape Escape?
Warfighter.
Yeah.
Now again, there's all the context of like less
The older
reviews and stuff. But like,
games,
so
yeah.
what we're looking at 90s here? Like, what's a modern game, right? Like, so on the right, there's the dates. I'm seeing like,
Well, we saw Sekiro at 91.
yeah, Overwatch. Okay, cool.
Overwatch.
Got it. Is that a 90? Like, do you think Dreams are gonna hit like Overwatch?
There's a lot of other stuff.
When
in
we
here
talk
that
about reviews and how people review things, because I could see Overwatch getting like, even though I think Overwatch is a pristine game, it's in like my top 10 of this generation, and I think like if I were to review Overwatch, I'd probably actually give it a 10. I could see people having an axe to grind with balancing or like certain elements of gameplay, like not necessarily meshing well the way they want to see it. I think Dreams is different because it is like it's more of a technology than a game, and it's a very impressive technology, like for what it is. Like I think it's like and I hate saying this. I think it's in some cases it's objectively impressive, like Dreams is.
And that's what I think. I think it's a showcase. It's a marvel.
Tim,
Yeah.
I filtered by just last year, so these are the games of last year
Good
that
call.
we got.
Good call.
In the
Thank you,
Apex
Kev.
Legends.
Yeah, I know, right? So
Resident
89.
Evil 2.
Sekiro.
So yeah, Sekiro, Resident Evil 2. So that's the thing is like we're talking game of the year this
Tetris
year.
Effect.
Great game. Great game.
Do you see Dreams being the game of the year conversation potentially next year?
No.
It's a little unbalanced.
No,
Yeah.
Wait,
But
was
that-
Tetris Effect a Game of the Year candidate?
Thank you, buddy.
I mean Giant Bomb gave it Game of the Year.
It was. Really
I mean, it's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that comes down to like what people look for in Game of the Year. Like I think you can come out, and this comes down to the conversation you guys were having on Gamescast late last year of like, I think you can come out and be the best game that came out in a year and not make Game of the Year because people weren't talking about you.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly the things they get painted into a lot with their games. Again, you're asking like modern games, like Little Big Planet 1 and 2, right? Like are 90s and above. And I think that's how it works. Is that you can be one of those games. You can be one of the technical standouts that's going to get the game award for outstanding achievement in technology or whatever the hell. But you cannot be Game of the Year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the truth is, Greg's score was the one that I was really thinking about once I got
You
on
can
the show.
do it.
No. I want to believe.
Remember
Tim.
the rules,
I
Fran.
believe.
Remember the rules. All right.
And point of reference, by the way, Super Mario Maker, 88.
Yeah.
And Super Mario Maker 2, I think, 88.
There's that Nintendo bump though.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what?
Interesting.
Of SimWorld type games that sort of are adored as a first.
That's smart thinking.
Yeah, I bet you 88 is going to be bam. But I want to believe 90. Sticking with it.
Iron Man VR.
Ooh. This is an interesting one.
Yeah, sure is.
Why do you think it's an interesting one?
I mean, it's a VR game,
Yep.
firstly, and
So even fewer reviews.
yeah, if you're fewer reviews and you're kind of reviewing on a curve because you're comparing it to other VR games, and I don't know, Kevin, do you know if there's a way to organize by VR titles on Metacritic?
By PSVR titles specifically?
No, like I mean, like even if it's just VR in general. I'm gonna start off at 80. That's what I'm gonna say.
Was this playable in any?
I think it's gonna be. I think
Yes.
it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be like one of the best VR titles of all time.
It was playable at Comic-Con for sure.
It was playable at their
They didn't have a demo though that consumers could.
at Comic-Con you could do it.
Yeah.
consumers.
People on the
and then
show
there was
floor
the
could play.
event timed around its announcement. Oh, so that's State of Play.
Where it was
all about.
VR.
I went and played it there or whatever. I'm looking up other games that I think are in its ilk, if that makes sense. Just give me 1 second here. So, when you ask me like what are the sum of, don't go after me, the best PSVR games, right? Astrobot Rescue Mission, a 90 on Metacritic. Moss, which I know I'm in the minority of really loving, 85. And then I tossed Firewall 0 Hour in there as well, a game Kevin and I love, 79.
Interesting.
What about Blood and Truth?
Yeah, where's Blood and Truth at?
Let's check.
Because that might change my score depending.
That's a good question. Right now, Blood and Truth for PlayStation 4 / PlayStation, just PlayStation VR. I'm just filling time. 80. It's an 80 right now.
I'm going to put Iron Man VR at 80. I think it'll be...
It's funny, that's what I wrote on my sheet originally.
I think it'll be Blood and Truth levels of good. It might get more eyes on it because it's Iron Man.
It definitely will get more eyes on it than Iron Man.
Yeah, but sometimes that leads to...
Yeah, well, that'll
That's
hurt.
my thing.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's a pro and a con,
Yeah, yeah.
and I
Yeah.
wonder where that evens out or what side gets more like juice. Like, do you like, because there's nothing like being Iron Man. You know, like if it can fulfill that promise, I feel like you'll get a point higher just because of that compared to I'm just shooting guns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You put me down for a 77, Tim.
Damn, this is a tough one.
I think as cool as they can be, like, I don't know, I feel like games, VR games in particular right now, just they're always a little wonky in controls, and it requires a lot to get into. So there's a lot of reviewers who are like, sure, I'll check it out, and you know, I think, in other words, there's fewer reviewers that are super consistent and into it. And as much as Iron Man might be kind of fun, I feel like that's always what I hear. Yeah, it's kind of fun. You should check it out. I feel like I hear
Iron
that
Man?
about VR games in general. Or like, oh, it's pretty cool. You should check it out. But I've not heard from anyone where they've been like, this game, you know, is incredible, and we're coming up to Alex. That's, you know, I think will change the
Iron Man was
putting my mic
insane.
down.
I came back from that
Yeah.
game, and that was the first thing I told you about is how much I loved Iron Man. Like, Iron Man legitimately went from, well, not even, we saw the trailer. Remember, it was the day of the State of Play. They debut it, and we're like, oh, wow, an Iron Man game. Oh, it's VR. Oh, that didn't look that great. Okay, but it's Iron Man, whatever. And then to get there, and like, literally the demo they gave you, Fran, they hand you the move ones, and they're like, how does Iron Man fly? And you go, okay, like this. You put your hands out your
Yeah, I
side.
remember you telling
How does
me.
Iron Man stop? Well, like this. Or how does he shoot?
Yeah.
Like that. And it was that thing of like, cool, you know how to play the game.
Yeah,
and you
works
jumped
like
in and you
you
did, and
thought.
it felt. And I was flying around his Malibu home, right? And it totally felt like in the movie when he's learning to fly and how to do all this different stuff and overshooting my landings and shit. Like, I immediately that jumped to one of my most anticipated games. Period. Let alone PlayStation VR. Let alone PlayStation.
Do you think
77 is not bad.
No, not
good.
at all.
Does the potential of it make you think that it can come out and be way better than Blood and Truth? Because for me, Blood and Truth was the game that I played, and I was like, oh, snap. Like, I mean, not the game that I played, because I also played Beat Saber, but one of the games I played for PSVR, and I was like, here we go. Like, this
Yeah.
is the jam. This is like actually like a legit awesome experience.
Well, I feel like the funny thing about VR games is when we run into what is, this takes me out of the experience. It's always something different than normal games, right? Like, remember in Blood and Truth, a great game. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it. That weird thing of like when you're following your brother and
Oh,
he has
yeah,
to
you're just
leave
like-
the room and you have to wait for the door to close.
Yeah.
And then the door opens so you can go, and it's like, what a weird fucking thing. And so like to play Iron Man, I played the intro of Iron Man.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that new studio. Wait, that intro of Iron Man, like the learning curve of it, and then the first mission where you're going up, or you start in the plane and you fight around the plane. Like transitions and all that stuff, I don't know how that'll look. And that's the thing of like, you
How
figure we're
polished
coming
it'll be.
up on about a year since the reveal, roughly. First
Yeah, I
State of
think it
Play
was
was what,
spring.
March?
Yeah.
Yeah. So about a year away.
Wow, that's surprising.
And what's
Yeah.
surprising, if not alarming, is that I haven't seen more of it. I would have really felt like we would have. Now, granted, it's a PlayStation VR game, but whatever. Like their marketing budget's only so much.
And they don't have many
yeah.
places to put it,
right?
right? Like that's the thing is like Sony just hasn't been anywhere the last
But again, what's the date on it now? It's
February 20.
February
8th,
20th,
I
something, right?
8th,
So
yeah.
now we're a month from release, and I haven't seen or heard more about it.
Yeah.
Second
Like,
to last day in February this year.
All right,
It's a leap year.
Yeah.
Day after
There's
my
more
birthday.
leap years
So
this
that
decade
it's
than ever
like
before.
we know Ryan from Camouflage. We know Camouflage. We like Camouflage. I'm gonna keep talking about it. You can make your jokes a little kev all you want. All right, Price is Right rules are better. It's that weird thing, and then it is. Yeah, what I'm gonna
Are
say.
you talking yourself up or down, Greg? You're doing both.
Well, I'm trying to.
I'm
I
81, I
am
believe, I can
definitely trying to temper my own personal.
Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing.
That's what it sounds like. You
And so
really like it,
I
but
think
you're
I'm gonna say
worried.
81, 81. But I hope it's higher than that. I think from what I played, if they could maintain that the entire way, totally. I mean, Josh Keaton's Iron Man, like fuck yeah, let's go. But like I don't know. And I think of just like I haven't seen more of it in a while.
Yeah.
But again, how much do you want to show? How long is the game? I don't know.
True.
So what are the numbers for that one?
I'm at 84. Greg's at 81. Blessing's at 80. Fran's at 77.
84. Tim. Wow.
I think the Iron Man, like if they make a good Iron Man game, I think it's going to get boosted up. People want to like Iron Man, and from what I've seen from the trailer of the voice actors, the way they're handling all that stuff, from the cinematic-y stuff, I'm like, this could be a cool enough story that people are gonna be like, that was fucking awesome.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
We will.
I hope it's that good.
Not too much longer now.
We
So-
on the next one.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
I want to say, by the way, the Beat Saber on console is an 86.
That's because the limited amount of songs.
Yeah.
Still.
PC, you could add a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, okay, that's fair, but still,
The PC
like,
version
that
is definitely way superior.
That's I would actually say it still should get credit for
Being
being
Beat Saber.
just being Beat Saber and amazing, like, and it's still
What's the?
managed
Do you know
to
the
get an
do you know
86.
the PC Metacritic for it?
It was like 93 or something,
Oh,
I think. Ish,
that
yes.
sounds about right.
That makes
Which
sense.
surprised me, but that's what I was. I actually wasn't based on that, but when I double checked, I was like, yeah. See what I mean? VR games get, flack. Anyway.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this game. What a beautiful freaking
I'm gonna
game.
say 92.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm between 91 or 92.
Has anyone played it? Was it playable at E3? Or Xbox in
I feel like
Mexico's
this has
event?
been available and playable at Xbox stuff before, hasn't it? Haven't you played it?
As far as I know, it hasn't
As
been.
not being an Ori
feel like I've
guy,
only
I
seen
feel like I
trailers.
see Ori everywhere, but it probably is definitive edition.
I have never played it, and even if I was given the chance, I wouldn't have played it because like it's not a type of game
I
I,
don't think
need to demo
I don't
like
think
that.
I've ever seen it at a PAX.
But I don't think it was at E3.
Okay.
In the little area, the gameplay area. So Blessing is at
checking hands-on.
92.
It seems to. 92 is what Blessing said?
Yep.
I'm seeing stuff around mid-June for hands-on, which probably meant E3 or Judges or something.
Well, Xbox wasn't a Judges.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of stuff like impressions around June 19th of. Oh, wait. These are all 2018. Wow. Apparently, there was a very early hands-on.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought once it got announced at the
That's
GDC
interesting.
Xbox Lounge, they've had
Wow, yeah, it's all from 2018. Anyway, so what was the previous one? It was like 90 something, I believe.
Cap, can you look up?
Yeah.
Previous
Ori?
one, 88.
88.
This is on Xbox.
Oh, really?
Xbox One.
Okay.
But I think I think it's going to be stronger than the first
Oh,
one.
100%.
I do too.
And so that's where. But
And
how
it's been in
bullish-
development for freaking ever.
Yeah.
We all know the longer a game's developed, the better it is.
Exactly.
With this team,
I
believe
I
it.
definitely
Oh,
It's
this
like
is gonna
Cuphead,
be a
right?
super strong game. That's exactly what I was thinking.
What did Cuphead get?
Yep, read my mind, Gray. I was
did the
literally
fir-
like,
what did the
oh
first
yeah,
Ori get?
Cuphead
88,
must
you
be
just
like
said.
a
Oh, 88,
92.
okay.
Fucking listen to us when we talk Blessing.
I mean, I was on my phone,
God, you
Instagram
kids.
notifications.
88 for, or I'm sorry, 86 for Cuphead on Xbox One, 88 on PC.
Wait for Cuphead? 88?
No?
Oh, I'm lowering my score.
2.
87.
I'm sticking with 92.
I'm gonna say flat 90.
Cuphead got an 88 on Xbox?
Right.
It was too hard, man.
Well, 86.
Yeah,
on Xbox.
exactly.
People
88
would
on
sell.
PC.
88 on PC. That's messed up.
Let's see what he gets on a Tesla, though. You know?
Fair.
Greg and Fran,
Yeah.
where you at?
90. I said 90.
Oh, sorry.
Dialing it in right now.
Lock it in. I want my bucks.
Boy, yeah, I think it's gonna be anyway. Whatever. It's so stupid to say what I think and then say something different. Just go with 89. It's odd because I want to believe much.
Oh, sure, yeah, but that's part of the game, right? It's like what you think it's going to get
It's going to
from...
get a lot of attention, is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
clogs it, that muddies
it
the
down.
waters, right? Where
Dishwasher.
I think it's so much easier usually for us to guess what like the IGN GameSpot scores are going to
Yeah.
be. But when you start taking in all the different
All
territories,
Muddy
all the
waters.
different people,
Yeah, that's the problem with this. But
Neo 2.
yeah,
What did Neo 1 get?
it was in the 80s. It was low 80s, I think. Let's look it up. But
Neo.
yeah, I think low 80s.
Yeah.
What?
I was
What
like,
were you thinking
what
of?
game is Mio? I put Mio video game in. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about and understanding each other? Oh, man.
I'm going to go 84.
What did Neo 1 get?
88.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, that's on... It got an 88, really?
Yeah.
Man, this is weird because I
Oh,
couldn't
look at that
imagine.
user score is a point for him. Sorry.
This is messed up. How did Cuphead get an 86 on Xbox? Now I'm thinking back to my Ori prediction. Now I'm like, maybe I should have kept
It
it.
goes back to like, I think Greg made the point of like, who are the profile that gets assigned this?
Yeah.
How many people end up playing it? Yeah, like this is based on 100 critics. I'm curious how many critics were on Cuphead as an
That's a good
example.
question, actually. I'm gonna go 88.
That's still 100 critics though.
I think.
See, I'm right with you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
probably going to change it.
I can't see it going up.
Neo's,
Granted, like I don't know a crazy amount about Neo. I tried the demo and I just got destroyed.
It's
because I'm not a Souls person.
Yeah, it's exactly that type of game. It's actually quite good. It's just super hard, I guess. And yeah, now I'm thinking about it. That's the Ninja Gaiden team, I believe.
Yeah,
So
it's Team Ninja.
They're
Team
freaking
Ninja.
amazing. I'm gonna change it.
Actually,
and think on it.
I'm gonna go down to an 87. I think in a post Sekiro world, I think you're tougher on it.
Interesting. And I think more people play at Sekiro to
Yeah.
Educate
warm up.
them.
I'm going 85.
That's what I had in mind.
I think Neo, the first one, was not lightning in a bottle, but it did catch people off guard. Here's this cool exclusive. Here's what this is. Okay, you know, you get going with it, and I don't know if this one will iterate on that enough in a modern way. Like, I'm sure the combat's gonna be different, but I mean, that was the thing of the Neo, where it was just like, story's kind of tacked on. Nobody's really feeling these characters, yada, yada. And granted, that's a whole different ball of wax for why you play those games, but that still will be taken into account outside of the reviews of, this is awesome because of the combat, blah, blah.
So sorry, Fran, what did you say?
I didn't. I'm going to go with an 88, actually. I think it's going to match it. I think you're going to get enough support and be like, yeah, man, it's just better than the original, blah, blah, blah.
See,
And,
PlayStation
and the
exclusive as
increased
well?
attention will actually be more forgiving because people will understand more. Like, okay, you just got to practice. And
Okay, yeah.
I know you're worried that you lowered it now.
Every time,
That's why I stole the score.
My thing
I was
is,
like-
should I lower it more? Because Greg made a very good point about it being a number 2, right? And people, Neo 1 catching people off guard, and Neo 2 probably being more of the same, maybe more refined. But now that I think about it, Ghost of Tsushima is also coming out. Like, I feel like this type of
they
Souls
won't be
game.
the same, though.
I mean, it's not gonna be the same, but it's similar in setting, and also you're coming off of Sekiro, and there are more options if you want to play as a samurai or if you want a Souls game influenced by Japanese culture.
But I also feel like that works the other way. And the same thing that we're talking about Iron Man kind of working in two ways. I feel like more and more people want to play these type of games and want to enjoy them and want to invest the time necessary to get, the full experience out of it.
Yeah, I just also don't. Yeah,
I'm gonna stick to my 87.
yeah.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Woo-wee!
What did Animal Crossing 3DS get? Whatever that one was called.
I'm on it.
We're not going to start with the GameCube version, buddy.
I don't need to know. I don't need to know
Come
that.
on, man.
What was it called? What was the 3DS title?
Wild
Subtitle?
World.
Oh, baby, it's a wild world.
Yeah, let's look them both up so we have that rest.
Wild World, 86.
Okay, look up GameCube version.
Wait, hold on. New Leaf was a 3DS one in 2013. That was in
Yeah, sorry.
88. And then Wild World 2005 on DS normal was 86. So the most recent one was New Leaf.
89.
It's a good guess, Tim. The hype is real for this one.
Thank you.
87 on GameCube.
Nice, exactly.
What about N64 in Japan?
I know, man. They probably got a lot fewer reviews.
I'm gonna say 86. I think it's a competitive year, and I feel like with the level of quality that game's coming out around, I feel like people start judging things against other things.
Nintendo don't got shit early in the year, and the
Fair.
Nintendo editors are going to have something to prove.
Fair.
That happens
But,
too.
yeah, it does.
That does happen too. It's a good point. Sometimes they're like, man, you gotta be staying on top of Switch, man.
And you-
Fucking Matt Cast
I feel like the
Messina.
same people
Yeah.
that play it. And this,
Rich George, that Zelda that sucks on Wii. That's a 10.
Skyrim
Get out of here.
Sword.
You know what I mean?
I feel like this is gonna make
I love you,
some
Rich.
sense and also no sense
do.
at the same time. But I feel like the same people who are gonna play Animal Crossing are the same people that are probably gonna play Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like I feel like even though like one's is PlayStation,
I don't think it's
I feel
one
like
for
there's
one.
I feel like there's some crossover there
Not
as far
for
as
this
like
guy.
people who like the Japanese games that give them nostalgia.
So what are the scores right now for everybody?
I'm at 89. Bless is at 86.
Fran, what are you going to say, Fran?
Just debating. You didn't choose yet, did you?
I know, I wanna
You're
hear
doing
what-
what
I
I
wanna
did.
hear what you say. It's not for me.
Because early we like glanced at each other real quietly, and then nobody saying anything. I totally was waiting for Greg to like put it down. I will help you out on this one, Greg. 88 is what I'm going with. I think it's definitely gonna be, yeah. People are going to be super excited about it. It's going to get a lot of reviews, though. And a lot of reviews mean an 88 of a good game. That's how I arrived.
Fair. It's a good
Before
assessment.
I venture into these waters, I want everyone to
Before you
remember.
do, let me tell you about our sponsors. This episode of the Kind of Funny Games cast is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is a mobile RPG done right. I know. You've already heard all about Raid everywhere, but there is a great reason for it. Raid is one of the top 3 ranked RPGs on the Google Play Store, and it's just been nominated as a finalist for Google Play's Best of 2019 Users' Choice Awards. There you go. Raid has all the features you'd expect from a brand new RPG title, like an amazing storyline, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, PvP battles, and hundreds of champions to collect and customize. But I never expected to get this level of performance out of a mobile game. Have you seen this thing, Barrett?
No, man.
It's impressive, man. It's impressive. You should check it out. You can check out all the amazing graphics and details on those champions, and in Raid, you have the ability to personally customize and choose the artifacts and design a unique mastery build for each one of them. And the best part is, it's free to play, man. There's no better price than free. You can try this.
Tim, you're telling me I didn't even know about this game, and now I'm learning about it, and it's free?
It's winning awards, and it's free.
Dang.
There you go. And it's on your phone. You have a phone? I know you have. I've seen you call people. More than 15 million players worldwide have already downloaded the game. And the best part is it's free to play. Go. Click on the link in the description, and you can start playing right then. And also clicking on this will not only just you'll enjoy one of the best mobile games of the moment, but you're also supporting this podcast. We really appreciate that support. Thank you very much for that. So what are you waiting for? Download Raid via the links below. The link is patron.me, which you will also find below in the description. Get a special package with 100,000 silver, 2 clan boss keys, 10 mystery shards, and the amazing champion. Oh, man. Adjudicator. 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 Whatever. You will get the package after the first 7 days of playing the game. Check it out. Look at the description. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? All right, but shout out to Hims as well for sponsoring this episode. It's 2020. You know what that means. It's Hims time, baby. 66% of men start to lose their hair by age 35. Once you notice thinning hair, it could be too late. If that hairline is slowly reclined, you got to get on it now, man. Just like Andy, just like Nick. They've been using this stuff for years. There's no more awkward in-person doctor visits or long pharmacy lines. You can just do Hims. We make it easy for you to make it easy for yourself. 4Hims connects you to real doctors online, which could save you hours. It's completely confidential and discreet. You just answer a few quick questions. A doctor will review, and if they determine it's right for you, they can prescribe you medication to treat hair loss that is shipped directly to your door. So easy. You can dive into 2020 hair first. I like that. I like that a lot. Right now, you guys can get started with their first month free. Go to 4hims.com/kinda. That's 4hims.com/kinda. Prescription requires an online consultation with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Offer valid only prescribed 3-month minimum subscription. Additional restrictions apply. You can see the website for full details and important safety information. Again, that is forhims.com/kinda. And finally, Manscaped. Guys, I see you out there. Treat your balls better, man. Make them things clean. It's so easy. It's so easy. For years, I've been out there nicking, snagging my nuts. Then Manscaped came along. My balls looking clean, feeling great, and they're shaved. That's right, Barrett. They're shaved. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. He pulls the mic, doesn't say anything. I got nothing. Doesn't say anything, man. We've all been there, though. We've heard ourselves. Why are you still doing that, man?
I'm speechless, Tim.
You're speechless?
Yeah.
About how clean my balls are?
Yeah.
Man. Manscaped's redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary skin-safe technology, so this trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. Manscaping accents are finally a thing of the past. I've been loving it, man. They make it so easy. They have the crop preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant, and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? They're talking about your balls. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code KINDA at manscaped.com. Start the new year off right by using the best tools for the job. Your balls will thank you. Again, get 20% off and free shipping with the code KINDA at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code KINDA.
What I want on the record is that I can't wait for this game. I'm so excited for this game. I love Animal Crossing.
Ditto.
I am going to say a 79.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
We're talking about
way.
since 2013. First Animal Crossing. That's a major one, not the Pocket Camp or whatever. I think in the same way you talk about Nintendo editors are going to have something to prove. I think with the millions of reviews Metacritic takes into account, I think there's going to be a lot of other people that are going to be like, guess what, everybody? It is a post-Stardew Valley world. Like, Animal Crossing did not make this jump this generation. Because, again, like I love Animal Crossing. I can't wait to play more Animal Crossing. But I am very much right now expecting just Animal Crossing. Like, and I'm fine with that. I'm great with that. But I totally see where people are going to be like, this genre of collecting seashells and catching bugs and shit. Like,
Fucking nerds.
I'm just saying that I think there's going to be enough people out there being like, it's not that great. And the fact that Animal Crossing has always been a niche product. I think that you're going to get more diverse reviews than ever before. And I think you're going to have more people being like, listen, I don't know. This isn't really what it's all about. Because even New Leaf I was into, but I remember burning out on quicker than I thought I would. Where Brian kept going and kept making like the Up at Noon studio and stuff, and I was done.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. You gotta have some bold predictions. You gotta have some spice over here.
You gotta
I can't
have
be
faith.
like Tim over here just riding the pickle all day, just you know whatever.
Rise. Whoa, where's the pickle going, Greg?
Oh yeah.
Where do we get the
It's
pickle?
on the Metacritic River.
Whoa.
Man, that
Riding
snail
the
trail.
pickle?
Man,
What?
dude.
For
Doom
the record-
Eternal.
For the record, I didn't mean you riding it like a canoe, not like you were having sex with it. after there was a reaction, I was like, I don't mean he's fornicating with the pickle. I meant he's on the pickle and he's like riding a barrel with a, you know.
I immediately pictured Pickle Rick up his ass, and he's sitting on him right now. Hey, you know, Morty. Tim.
Jesus. Doom
you know,
Eternal,
help me out,
guys.
Tim.
What did Doom 2016 get?
Yeah, I'm on it. Doom 2016 got an 85 on PS4. Sorry, I got to be quicker about just letting the autofill go and not hitting enter because I see it for a second and then it goes away. 85 on PS4 and 85 on PC. Xbox got an 87.
Oof.
Yeah, I already had my number down.
My number was 87. but
I
knowing
had it
that,
written as 88.
It's going to be higher.
89.
Yeah, it's going to be higher.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think the platforming stuff they added and like the jumping and the climbing and all that the stuff, you know, because I came back and was telling you about it, you got super excited and like once I learned how to do it in the game, I was having fun with it.
And people are much more into Doom now. Whereas Doom 2016 was like that was a sell to people of like, hey, that's coming back.
Yeah.
I know I'm not part of this whole thing. I'm feeling a 92 right now. So if anybody
you're
wants
crazy.
to take
Get out.
no,
You're
dude,
crazy.
no, I'm. Fucking
This is why you're not a part of it.
Here's the thing though. IGN. What did IGN give Doom?
I don't fucking know.
Because whatever they gave it, it was a mistake.
Whoa!
I love IGN. I think they're great.
Glad somebody does.
But man, that the score they gave Doom.
Oh, 7.1. What the fuck?
Wow,
yeah, like
really?
how dare they?
How
How
dare you?
dare they?
I think it was like they didn't like the multiplayer or something like that.
I
But
guess Fran reviewed it or something.
wait, really?
Yeah.
You give
Well-balanced
Fran just does
critic
bad
that takes
reviews.
Everything beyond just its awesome style into account.
Job Gilroy did?
I played Doom.
Freelancer?
that's
on
fine.
Stadia.
I'm gonna say 89.
All right. So Bless is at 89. Greg is at 91.
What?
I didn't think I said
Did
that.
I
I said
he just
89 as
said
well.
that.
I
He
said
just said
89
that.
as well.
Oh, did you?
Nice try, though, Tim. I like
That's
it.
fine. We can be it.
My bad.
89 brothers. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's
you say,
better than
Fran?
69 and 89?
I'm going with 87. I originally wrote 88 in my sheet, but I'm like, you know, that's still a great score.
Yeah, I'm going to go 90.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going
That
90.
acclaimed.
Going 90.
Okay.
All right, now, woof. This one. Bleeding Edge.
I know. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Xbox exclusive.
Yeah. This is
Team
Ninja Theory,
Ninja
right?
Theory.
Yeah, Ninja Theory.
I wrote mine.
Great
Doing a
studio.
little multiplayer. It was very fun when we played it at E3. It's very complicated. And it's essentially, imagine Overwatch mixed with Devil May Cry. It's going to have an audience.
Yeah, I mean,
They're gonna
I'm
fucking love
gonna
it.
try that game out just because I love Ninja Theory and it's on Game Pass. But I'm gonna say 79. I think it's hard to come into that sphere and make something special, especially if you're one similar to Overwatch, which Overwatch I think has set a high bar.
It did.
and then
And this
also
won't hit that.
Yeah, and this won't hit that. But also you're doing something that's different and weird, and that there's a large likelihood of that not hitting.
Mm-hmm.
And so 79 is where I'm sticking.
Yeah, you can put me down for a 75.
And if I think
I'm
even
going 76.
if they hit 79, I think that's a success for them. So
Yeah, I mean, these are
for
not
this-
bad.
for
That's
this
not
game.
bad.
I'll get
Anywhere
show
in
me
the
with
70s.
you boys and do a 77.
There we go. We're all in that. Yeah, it's a very.
You guys both said 77?
No, he said
I said 75.
75.
I'm messing up.
Ow.
yeah,
Are you okay?
79.
My foot slipped off the stool, everybody. I'm sorry. Yeah. I feel like in those score ranges, an average review of a good game, and it is good, but meaning like you get a lot of eyes on it, like you're saying, and it's probably good, but needs some additions. But I have not played it. This is what we're doing today.
I played it, but
we're
it
making everything up.
Here's the thing: I played it, and I was like, "This isn't a game for me," but I understand the quality of it, and like I saw everybody else having fun and doing their thing. It's like the opposite of Journey to the Savage Planet, where I played it and just like whatever, and no one else talked about it all Judge Week. I'm like having fun.
I mean, look, this is coming from a guy who gave Anthem a 68, and so I don't know what that is on Metacritic, but yeah, I'd be curious. But
Half-Life, Alex.
oh yeah,
Anthem
I've
54.
been waiting.
54.
There you go. I've been waiting for this one, Tim. Oh my gosh,
Start us off then.
This is the interesting one. Oof. I hadn't decided, but I wrote down. Whoo, man! I wrote down. Even surprised myself looking at it.
It's Bears back.
What
Bears
do
back
you
there.
guys think I
Bear,
wrote
can you
down?
bring up the other Half-Lives? How much they scored on Metacritic?
So what I did in my spreadsheet, I wrote down like quick, I didn't decide on the exact quick guidance, not knowing if it was 10-point or whatever. But I wrote down a 95.
Whoa.
On Metacritic.
Yeah.
95.
Now, I wrote down. That's not my.
We got
guess.
96 for Half-Life
Half-Life 2,
1
I
and
mean,
2,
these-
and then
these
90
are-
for Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not even sure you can compare that. I would look at Portal as well. How did Portal fare? Portal's got to be like 92 or there it is, 95, 90. Right there, bam.
Oh man.
So, you know what? I'm gonna go for now, unless I change by the very end of the 94.
I'm going 93.
Yeah, I'm going
You guys are
94.
Confident.
They don't mess around, and also
For sure.
I truly do believe that Half-Life Alyx has been under development in, cahoots with the hardware, the
Valve VR.
gosh, yeah, what's the name of it? Index and all that. But they've been, eyeing this for a long time. Nobody got that pun. And so I believe it's going to be a standard setting experience that people are going to look at. I do believe that Valve wouldn't take this amount of time in both the hardware and the gameplay. And also they know how to make Half-Life.
Yeah.
We know that. They know the standard. So I think it's going to get like, holy cow, this is it. If you're going to play VR, get it. This setup is what you need to like experience, and it's a full-fledged, incredible experience
This
that
is
everybody needs to
an
try. I
interesting
think it's
one.
going to get very high scores. Yeah.
This is another interesting one because I think there's a chance that it could come out and be the VR killer app.
Yeah.
And come out and be a 95 or be a 96, and everybody looks at it as like one of the best VR games of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
Or it can come out.
It gets a 63.
Well, I don't think that would happen. Like I think at the very least this will be a very great Half-Life game because Valve treats that property with respect, as far as I know. I don't know if they've ever put out like a card game for Half-Life or anything weird.
Nah, they don't mess
Pachinko
around
machine.
overall.
Pachinko machine. And so I'm gonna say 91.
Above the 90s. A very hard number to beat, as you said, Tim.
I'm going to say 88.
There he is. Mr.
I think
Mr.
it's all the same.
Critical.
The VR problems we've talked about before, where you get the reviews that just doesn't work for it. I didn't like it. And I get car
Just
sick in it.
for the record. Because I love that you're doing this. In other words, you have some very interesting perspectives where I totally didn't expect you to be a little more like,
Well, I'm playing the game. I do think I'm in the boat with you guys. Of like,
I know.
I think Valve did everything the way they've done it for a reason. So they're gonna come out and be like, "Bam, this thing's fucking awesome."
It is a good reminder again. This is not our guess. This is
it's
this is not
what I
our
want.
review.
It's not what I want.
This
Yeah.
is our guess for this watered down, not watered down, but en masse, review set. What did Greg put down for Marvel Iron Man VR? What did you put down?
I forget.
81.
81.
Man,
I think VR is a hard sell.
7
and I think
points
that
away
I think
from that. But I hope not. I'm not knocking Iron Man VR. I'm just saying, man.
you kind of are there. You're kind of shitting all
No,
over.
I just. I mean, it's freaking Valve.
I mean, I'll come
They're
out and say it. I'm way more
AAA
excited for Iron Man VR than I am
studio.
Alex.
All right.
Fucking love Iron Man. You
I
don't
have
like
no
Iron
problem
Man?
with that.
You're not American. Get out of here. Remember what he did for us? Saved our lives.
In other words, I hope that, as Blesing
Has a
seemed
point.
to agree, I really hope it comes out and people are like, man, like that was just such a cool paced, because there's a pacing that's got to be, I think, figured out in VR in the same way that with, when you get new hardware and everything, you get this new medium of, and also the way that people are playing games right now. What do they want? Do they want like a skill tree? Do they want puzzles all the time or only occasionally? And Fallen Order went through this. It hodgepodged it, but I think it was a lot of fun because it hit on the meta, for lack of a better way to put it, of what people were just into. And I would hope that that's what this is in this time for VR.
And for me, I'm on I feel like I'm on the same coin as Greg, but like on the other side. Because I think it does have the issue of like it being a VR title means it's going to be held back by the issues of VR that it may or may not be able to leap over. But at the same time, I think since it is a VR title, I think it's easier to blow people away with an excellent VR game than it is if it was just like a regular Half-Life game.
And we always talk about, games made that are console exclusive are built from the ground up for this one crazy thing. And like this game is being made to be the showcase on the greatest.
On Index.
Which is like their whole thing is power. So
Yeah.
But the thing about that, though, remember, is like a lot of people who review it aren't going to be playing it on Index.
Yeah, it's also coming out on other
Tim.
platforms.
Yeah.
Wait, though, just for clarity, this one has to take an aside from your rule set. You said console.
console.
yeah, you're right.
So we're just saying the best
it's
piece
for this one.
I mean, I think it's on Index and Oculus. I don't know if it's on
Vive.
Yeah.
This will be the highest score for
Just
that's
this.
fair.
Yeah. Just you don't want any gotchas.
Yeah, there you go.
That we find out it comes for PlayStation later, and then you're like, well, I said
hope
originally. You see what I'm
Console.
saying?
Yeah, no. But
This
you
is
guys
just
get
the
you guys
best
get it.
Alex version.
Alex will be coming to PlayStation VR at some point. It will not be coming this year. Take it to the bank. Greg Miller approved.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Resident Evil 3.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Can you look up RE2?
Yeah. I already looked into this too, and I was like, man, I think I put down my score. Oh, God.
Resident
it's really
Evil
high.
2.
I take that back.
PlayStation 4, 2019, 91.
Oh, the remake.
Is that
Yeah,
how
wait,
we're
PlayStation
that's
4,
exactly what we're
2019.
talking about, right? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, PS4 2019.
Yeah, ding
You said
dong.
91?
Yeah, 91.
Cool. I'm going to start off and say 90.
I'm going to say 89.
Yeah, it's funny. Having not looked at the all-time scores, I had written down 93 because I'm like, man, like they were on to all the good stuff in RE2, which is beloved as well. But I was like, it's just going to be improved gameplay, improved pacing, I would hope, right? So that's how I sort of quickly arrived at a few points higher than the 91. But it
RE2
also
is better than RE3. The OGs.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was
but
just
with the
thinking about.
remakes, I think that RE3 could benefit more than RE2 did.
there's the nostalgia factor for that, don't you think?
but I think nostalgia
RE2
goes to RE2.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's what factored into your score too. Like it getting a 91, part of it was like, oh my God, my dreams have come true. And then a bunch of people just like, who knows? Maybe they won't even play 3 because they're like, well, I don't know.
I'm just going off of Flamethrower.
Yeah.
Like him having a Flamethrower, I was like, yeah. So that's
Flamethrower's
a good. That's gonna
dope.
be a good game.
84.
Wow.
Whoa.
I would hope that they didn't screw their
How come?
formula up. And
I was as somebody who, I don't know. I really don't have a great answer. Never played RE3, right? And I look at this trailer, and if it wasn't for you guys being like, I'd be like, all right, this just
But I
doesn't
mean,
look great.
what's weird to me is your reaction to that trailer after RE2.
I know.
Of like how good
It
RE2
just doesn't look
is.
like what it's like.
It looks like
RE2
RE2 a year later.
But it looks like I got machine guns and I'm running around and I got this fucker chasing me with a flamethrower and shit. Like I
wanna
want to be
change
like
mine.
where I'm on my last bullet and there's a room full of zombies. That's what I want.
I want to change mine because Greg's making me scared. I'm changing mine to an 86. Partly.
haters.
Well, here's the thing.
I like to
It's-
say I
it-
appreciate how much you respect my opinion,
it-
Bless.
I do. It's coming after, and this. I mean,
Fears.
My reasoning is a little bit different from yours, but it is coming after RE2 remake, and so we're going to be judging it based on RE2. And if RE2 is better, then that the score is supposed to be less. And also like,
What if it's worse?
I feel like it's I mean, it could be worse, but also like, I feel like you're going to be less impressed with it because we've already gotten that. We've already gotten that quality of Resident Evil and the graphics and the gameplay and all that stuff, right? And RE3 is going to be doing, it's going to have more open environments. It's going to have a Nemesis or whatever his name is, right? And so like that's going to be cool, but will it hit us the same way RE2 hit us? At that first point when we realize like, oh, this is going to be a good game. Also, you have the multiplayer mode, which can be good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could take away
Great point.
from it
That's a
even.
great point, actually, yeah.
Oh man, this is why it's tough to be a critic because this is exactly what happens with reviewers going through stuff. They're getting affected by nostalgia and they're getting affected by, well, I already played it last year. I don't know. Even though the game's better, like I already got my fill of it, and so on. I would like to believe that this is better paced and just the engine's running better now, and it already was amazing. But they tweak a few things and hopefully, they change up RE3 enough that it meets the same standards that RE2 did. And so, as much as I think you guys have a lot of very strong points, because when something remade comes out like that, you're like, holy cow, they did it, and they get a lot of credit for it. But I'm gonna say a 90. I want to believe that this is still the genre-defining game, and people are like clamoring for it. And also Resident Evil 7 turned out pretty darn good. And so I think Resident Evil's got a lot of good going for it. It's that right balance of like, this is super spooky, but it doesn't go into the realm of like, this is like awkwardly like creepy, satanic / whatever, you know what I mean? Like some games get so wild and they're super scary and awesome, but you know what I mean? This is like it's like the blockbuster franchise, but it also does everything so well. And so I think 90 is doable.
All right, guys.
Can we have a full stop for a second?
Yeah.
Are you aware that Patapon PS4 has a 72 on Metacritic? IGN didn't fucking review it.
Where were you
GameSpot didn't fucking review it.
No way.
No wonder I'm pulling fucking teeth to get a goddamn review done. I'm tweeting right now.
I'm going to tweet at Dan if they let you review it.
I'm tweeting at IGN and GameSpot right now. I'll do it for free. Who wants me to review
what I was
Patapon
saying.
2 when this shit drops?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
no, I want you to go back and review the first one and add it to the list since they never did.
Okay.
All right, we're in the thick of it right now, guys. Final Fantasy VII remake. This is such a tough
I played
one,
it
man.
at E3. Did everybody get a chance to play it or no?
I've not played it yet.
I've done the demo. Yeah.
I played at E3, and I cannot believe that this
stoked,
game
baby.
won't be Game of the Year next year. And that's saying,
This year.
oh shit, this year.
Now that it is this year.
I don't think this game's going to be Game of the Year. I just can't believe it's not going to be. It's so good, but the game's coming out this year. It's unfair. Like the quality, the level of quality that I'm expecting. But Final Fantasy VII Remake is freaking.
It's pretty dope.
It is as good for Final Fantasy VII as RE2 Remake was for RE2. And that is not just saying like, oh man, it's going to be a good remake. It's like, this is going to be a fantastic video game standalone.
Do you think that there's going to be, the classically cheesy Square dialogue moments that might turn some people off?
I think a lot of that stuff is going to be tuned in a way that just like RE, where RE2's dialogue was horrible, and in the remake, it wasn't. It felt modern and it felt good. It was never great. It was never Shakespeare, but it
didn't get in the way.
Yeah,
and
it felt modern and right for what that game is. And I do think there's going to be a lot of detractors on this game from fan side and non-fan side, where it's going to be people like, oh, they changed this, I didn't like that, and they're going to be mad about it. And then there's also going to be the people that haven't actually even played Final Fantasy VII and are just going to be like, oh, it's only part one, like just adding a lot of baggage to it and not just judging it for the game that it is, knowing there's more coming.
Yeah, it's funny how that adds to it. It's like, I'm getting a sense this is going to be a pretty meaty game. And so we don't know, right? We don't know if it's going to be a 70-hour game. It very well could be, right?
I mean,
People
they're
are
saying
just
it's going to be like
yeah.
Final Fantasy 15-esque.
Oh, yeah, and I didn't even finish that because it was so freaking long. So
93.
Oh, wow. Believer. I don't think it's going to go that high.
What did RE2 get again?
91. Yeah, but I feel like RE is more accessible, man. But
91.
I've heard so many people.
this is one of the most beloved games of all time.
Then that's the thing. That's what I was about to say. I've heard so many people talk about Final Fantasy VII being the greatest game ever made, and so a version of that is RE2, level of remake quality. Yeah, I think it's gonna hit home for a lot of people. And it's an RPG, and it's gonna be deep, and it's gonna have a lot more story than Resident Evil.
And counterpoint to that, I feel there's a lot of people that wouldn't say it's the best game ever made. They say it's the most overrated game of all time.
Fair.
And I think that those people are going to be like, fuck, this is awesome.
Interesting.
I think it's going to address a lot of their concerns.
I'm excited for it.
The soundtrack alone is going to be
Oh
100
yeah,
out of 100.
dude, and that's
So
the one
let's-
thing because I've never really dug deep into Final Fantasy VII, but I love the soundtrack. Like I can listen to that soundtrack all day.
And all the arrangements we're hearing are fan-fucking-tastic. The gameplay's so good. It looks amazing.
I mean, they've spent a long time on
The
this
changes they're
development,
making story-wise, I'm super into. They're not changing things just to change them. They're changing things to make them better and more interesting as a standalone. Where are you guys at, Fran and Greg?
What was your picks?
91, 93.
Dang. It's weird. Yeah, I'm on the other side of that 90 for some reason. I wrote down 90 as my guidance. Yeah, I just feel like for whatever reason, it's going to end up in that, that 88 spot.
It's a good spot.
I'm going to go with 88. I feel like I'm choosing it too often, but I feel we're also targeting games that are of that quality.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise.
85.
85 from Greg Miller. Cyberpunk
There it is.
Hoo-wee!
What did Witcher get?
We get to play this? Very high, like 90.
Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on PlayStation 4 got a 92.
You say you got to play it?
Oh no, sorry. We've watched. We never got to play it. Felt like I was playing.
Yeah.
It's weird because I almost remembered I've
It
watched
feels like
a
you
couple
played it,
times
right?
now.
Yeah, we've watched 2 giant demos of it.
Yeah.
I really feel like this game has a chance at being, when it first launches, being number 1 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then over
Come down.
a couple weeks coming down.
Getting above Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. I can see it in its early stage of review embargo. I think it could be at 100 and then slowly kind of come down. So where's it going to end up? There's always the chance
it's so ambitious too that there's that janky factor that's what I'm most worried about.
I believe in them for this one. I think
yeah.
that they are going to hit it. This game's been, we've known about this game for, it feels like a decade. Like it's not actually a decade, but 2013 E3?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
6 years.
Like 7 years.
You're right. It's 2020.
Yeah.
Kev, can you bring up the all-time again?
I have a number in my mind, but I want to wait this time. I'm tired of going first.
All-time. Yeah. Wait, what?
He says it's
No,
gonna
yeah,
take
I
a long
see
time.
that.
There we go.
There we go. Where's Last of Us on this list?
That's a good question.
Just search for.
I like that way of thinking.
Last of Us is a 95.
Whew.
That's remastered. It's the PlayStation 4 version.
Yeah, okay.
I think that says
The
PS3.
PS3 also got 95. So
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. I
mean,
it's
bring it up
I
again,
think we
Kev?
all agree it's going to be high, man. It's going to be a big one.
where's Breath of the Wild?
Wow, Little Big Planet 3 is 95.
I think Breath of the Wild's higher than
Or
that.
no, not 3.
I was
Just
gonna
Little
say,
Big
wait,
Planet.
that's not-
Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Great game.
97.
3 or the first one?
I'm going to go
First one.
97.
Oh, okay.
3. No. Whoa, we got a
Breath
sock
of the
dog.
Wild.
Get
I
out
was
of
like,
here.
you like using the.
What'd you say?
Yeah, that's
97.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's what Breath of the Wild has. That's
I'm saying
interesting.
94.
I didn't know. That's what was on my mind.
You were always on my mind.
I didn't. You were
Always on my mind.
I'm going to say 95. I think the thing that might bring it back in review scores is some of the
game-breaking bugs.
no, not even that. Like I think
Joking bud.
I think some of the writing as far as like social politics wise might bring
Yeah.
it back a bit because
Sure.
there's already been a little bit of that,
Oh yeah.
and so I think critics who are into what the story is and what the narrative is and kind
Yeah, I
of
feel like it's
looking
a
at
miss,
it. Yeah,
maybe,
looking
on
at it
some
with
of that
a
stuff.
tight lens might see some
good
things
point.
that they take issue with.
Yeah, so I'm caught up on I think I had written down the 95, and I'm caught up on deciding to be above or below it. You said 97, the Breath of the Wild score. One of
I'm
the
changing to
highest-
96.
Oh.
Changing to 96.
He's doing exactly what he said it would do on Metacritic. He started at 100 and he walked it down.
Yeah.
By the end, if we go longer, it'll be a 94.
Yeah,
So
there's the
just-
Nintendo bump. It's real.
It is.
So-
That's Zelda as well. Just reinventing
mean,
Zelda, you get.
Breath of the Wild is one of the greatest games.
No,
ever.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm 100% with you, but still, when you're thinking about reviewers,
It's Nintendo magic. But they do have the Project Red Witcher magic. They do.
they absolutely do.
Witcher was janky to a point, right? The Witchers, I should say, but dude, I mean, Witcher 3, everybody loves, adores. Yeah, I was on that 94 was the number and that's what you said, Greg?
No, I did.
you
Yeah,
did.
Grace at 94.
Sorry, I'm still reeling
I
on
want
this
to believe
Patapon
it's.
news.
I want to believe. I want to believe it's higher based.
Who
on
knew
what
it was an
Jason said.
inside job? You know what I mean? The industry working against itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that 94.
Predator Hunting Grounds.
Ooh.
It's called Geo right now.
Run to the bathroom while you
what score
talk
is
this
it?
out, Greg.
Okay, everybody, it's me, Greg Miller. I urge you to write your congressman to get Patapon reviewed on PlayStation 4. Friday the 13th, 61 on PlayStation 4.
Oh, wow.
Now
That's
that
lower
got
than
a
I
lot of
thought.
flack though when it came out.
Is
I
it-
mean, as a huge Friday the 13th fan,
It does not
And I
run
really
well.
like the game.
who understands all the problems, keep in mind a completely different ball of wax.
Yes.
Where that was, hey, we're making a small independent game.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want the Friday the 13th license? Sure. Suddenly, everyone's eyes on this game. Oh, fuck. Okay. Shit. They put it out as a small independent game. Totally, everybody jumped on it, crashed servers.
Bit off a bit more
It
than
was
you
garbage
do.
forever as they worked on it and worked on it.
But it's a cool game. I actually really enjoyed playing it.
Which one? Friday?
Yeah.
Yes, and
Despite,
and
you know,
Predator
government's
I've played
initiation.
and I fucking adore as well, and I can't wait for this. What's again interesting is that of course Ilphonic, the developer on Friday the 13th, Gun Media, the publisher. Now you're talking about with Predator, Ilphonic, the developer, publisher, PlayStation. This is a first party title for all intents and purposes,
Oh.
right? This is an Insomniac.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. Well, it's basically like Insomniac and Spider-Man.
Where
Yeah.
they make other,
They're making first-party
games
games
for
for
other
PlayStation.
Right, exactly. Technically, what we used to call second party, but Insomniac says that isn't true, and I don't believe him anymore. But whatever. So I think now, hey, you have limited. You have a limited scope of view now.
Yeah.
You're making one version of the game, and here's all of the PlayStation back-end bells and whistles to make it all run and not be a garbage fire. I'm gonna say 84.
Wow.
I can't wait, but I think it's one of those games that I don't think applies to everybody. In the same way, I think Firewall is better than a 74. Like I understand that some people have a bad connection to this thing; they're not good at it. They don't enjoy the mechanics.
Did you
of
feel
it.
like Predator Hunting Grounds was of better quality than Friday the 13th?
I don't even think it's not even. It's honestly
Apples and, like-
insulting to put them in the same conversation.
Really?
'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have put that game in front of me and not had Gun or Ilphonic anywhere around, or like, I wouldn't know. I would have been like, oh man, it's cool. They're doing something like Friday the 13th did, but way better. It runs.
Oh,
and so
okay.
they were like, no, it is us. Oh my god, wonka. You know what I mean? Like. I said 84 on this one, even though
84.
I personally bet I would review it higher, but that's only based on
Wow.
30 minutes
You would
of
review it
playing.
higher than 84. You think so?
If again, this is always the if, like Days Gone ifs. If what I play, if Mario, I played for an hour or 45 minutes the same map over and over again with different people as Predator, me as Predator, different roles and stuff. If that is fun consistently throughout, and there's progression and there's you know what I mean, all that stuff, I think you're looking at a really great game. But if it's just that, then it's 80s, low 80s.
78.
Okay.
Tim's more in my range, I think.
See, where I try to temper myself with Iron Man, I'm kind of letting myself run wild in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 76.
Plus, now that Gio's there, he's got the golden touch, they say.
That's it.
Because
the
he has gold
golden
shoes.
touch. I mean, the game's basically done, so I don't know.
So you said 86, Fran?
Yeah,
No,
no,
76.
70. God damn, I'm gonna have to start auditing every
My
time
bad.
you put
Sorry.
something in because they're none of it's
I'm
good.
clarifying when there's an issue.
All right. Let's hope if you've been in the comments, just write down everything in the comments.
Wait, so what are the numbers so far? 86?
4, I think
Or
was Greg.
84.
What did I say?
84, 76, 78.
So what? Remind me how the point system works. 'Cause
You have to get it. You have to nail it, you get a point.
Oh, if you get it exactly?
Yeah.
I thought if you got close, whoever's
It's
closest.
not if you get closest?
You said if it was closest. And Blessing literally was like, well, if I went over and Greg went under, but they were the same amount of points,
Yeah,
we'd each
you
get a
did.
point. You went, uh-huh?
You
Did the same amount of points is what he said. That's why I said too.
Oh, so you were saying only
0.
if you get
I
it.
did say in this episode, if
Oh,
you
it's
get it,
binary.
you get a point.
You have to nail it.
Oh, okay.
Dang, because I was going to say
But
75.
that's kind of fun because of the 100-point system. So it doesn't matter how close you were.
Doesn't sound like a baby game at all.
Now it sounds like a man's game, and I appreciate it.
That changed the whole thing. Crap, now I'm thinking of all the mistakes I've made already.
Oh, that doesn't. It only kind of makes sense, right? You're on a 100-point scale, but you would have changed it because you thought you were.
If I knew I
Closer.
how to nail it, because here's the thing, because
I tried so hard to
I
make the
get what
rules
you're
clear.
saying, but it actually is completely
like,
illogical.
I think on
because
one-
you're guessing what the score is.
no, because on one of the first ones, I think somebody was like, "Oh, 73," and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go 74," because in my mind, if it's higher than 74, that's when then I'm gonna get
and
it.
I follow you.
Yeah.
But in your mind, you're saying you think it's going to get a higher score. So what's the difference? But anyway,
Well, okay, so
okay. I see.
Yeah.
what
Can't
you're
wait for
saying.
this game to end, and it's like, Tim
I
got
see what
1
he's
point,
saying.
everybody else got none.
He's saying he maybe bet he was
Like
in
bet-
between the
yeah.
score that he thought it would get and somebody else's score
and so
just
I
to
bet
play
like
it safe.
one over, one under.
I
I got to
see.
pee so bad. We need more.
Did you
Why
not
don't you
go?
go? Oh.
We need more than one bathroom.
You did the
Someone's
knock
in
knock,
there.
and Nick went, poopy, poopy. Yeah, go to the sink, kitchen sink.
Oh shoot! So we had to nail it. I'm gonna say 69. Lucky number.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
That hurts.
Gears Tactics.
It's a second 69, everybody. I like this guy. Gears Tactics. That's funny. I was going through the biggest games, and I looked. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna do that one.
Yeah.
And so
I wanted
now
to
I'm
put a
like,
couple fun ones on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Forget. Can we look at footage of that again?
I'm looking at the trailer
Sort of the
now.
isometric, right?
In this war, every move matters. It's like XCOM but with gears, right?
World. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Good way to put it, Greg. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. What the last XCOM get? XCOM 2, 87.
Is Gears Tactics mobile, or is it
It's on PC.
Console?
It's coming out on PC. It's not on console.
okay?
Yeah.
PC and
Just
mobile.
PC. Or is it coming on? Is it coming on
I
mobile?
don't know. Is it?
I think it might just be PC. I don't think it's coming out on Xbox.
Yeah, I feel like I need to see more of it, but
It's coming to Xbox One and Windows.
Really, it's coming to Xbox One. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think
And remember,
Gears Tactics is Halo.
it's console.
yeah,
wait.
yeah, it is console. So we got to go with the Xbox One version. Of it.
So the Xbox One version.
is Gears Tactics like another Halo Wars? Or am I thinking of something else?
Oh no, I mean, I think Halo Wars was. I don't know if it had the same combat system. Dang, that was a while ago. But you know, it's. I mean, it's like XCOM. You know XCOM, right?
Yeah, and that's what this is.
Yeah, it looks to be more like that. Although
Okay.
it was showing some more like over the shoulder stuff. I'm curious if they.
But I think
expand
that's
on
more.
that.
It's kind of
Yeah,
like
it's most of the
the
close-up
Rabbids,
elements.
Mario Rabbids, where it's like just in those moments having those things.
Tim, you can go pee now.
Thank you.
Like, we're not crazy, though. He fucked us with those rules, right?
Oh no, totally, totally. That was messed up.
Because you literally said, what if we did this thing?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
you
that's
get the
what
same
clarification
amount
I
of
was
points.
Yeah, the amount is 0. You lose.
Why wouldn't he say that? Well, you get no points.
Oh, it's too hard now.
No, it's not too hard. I don't
No, it's
care.
not. I
No,
wish it was
change
this
the
hard from the
strategy.
beginning.
Yeah, no,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, Greg.
If I had mine, I had to nail
thought
it.
I thought you thought it was too hard. Never mind.
No,
No,
I'm
yeah.
on your side.
I just want to say, you
our
know,
whole thing was that we wish it was harder.
I'm on your side.
what do you think Predator's going to get?
Yeah, tough
BKD,
guy.
yeah.
78.
It's not a bad guess actually.
I hope it does better. I really liked what I played.
I'm gonna tell him an 81. when he
For
comes
which one?
back. This one.
Well,
Tactics.
Gears Tactics. What a weird pick.
Greg, just to be clear.
Yeah, I
Out of
know.
the blue, like, what the fuck? Really? Shit.
It's fine. I mean, it's a major franchise, but yeah, I didn't have it on my list either.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. What was
Okay.
that?
I mean, I think that's a game I could have a lot of fun with.
You and me
I'm
are gonna have a
very
great time with
excited.
that, buddy.
But that doesn't necessarily mean like it's gonna get a great score. you know?
True. I know.
right.
A lot of people don't have taste like you and me.
This is an interesting one because I feel like this is a game that you'd want to play on PC and that's going to review better on PC. But we're doing the console release. because
XCOM
it's
does fine on consoles.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
XCOM's beloved though. Again,
So
one
is
of those
Gears.
beloved.
Well, not really, actually.
Yeah,
Nobody
but
gives a
not
shit
in
about
this.
Gears.
I mean, XCOM's beloved because of this gameplay style and like, you know.
I'm going to
I
say
got my score.
79.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 81.
Oh, I'd be curious. Seem to see eye to eye on some things, Greg.
All right, Gears Tactics. Where's everyone at?
I said 79.
Greg and I are 81s.
That's what we call ourselves, the
He's,
81 boys.
seven.
I'm at
7.9.
77.
Okay.
So Greg,
Look at that.
81. Blessing,
79.
79.
Fran,
and 81. Minecraft Dungeons.
Good.
Ooh,
yeah, I had
I'll
that
tell
on
you
my
what.
list.
You guys were doing shows and I was playing another game back there, the Eclipse for PS I Love You. And I was like playing this, and I'm not having a bad time with the game, but I was like, I could really go for Dungeons right now. I really wish I had Minecraft Dungeons right now. I think that's going to be a delightful little game.
I think it's going to do well, yeah.
Yeah. 87.
Ooh. 83.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going 84.
That's good.
Thank you.
I wrote, all of us are similar to what I wrote down, which of course was 85. And I'm going to go with, I stick with it, 85.
Stick with it, man. All right. Hold on to your butts, guys.
Uh-oh,
Fast
shit.
and Furious
Oh,
crossover.
you
man.
Oh, I like that you put this in here, but I was like,
Had to, dude.
6.7.
yeah,
67. Sorry.
A
Old habits, old habits.
Never tell
67
us
for
messing with
Greg.
Dude. Yeah, I'm going to go.
Wow, 67 feels high.
64.
I think it's real high.
Here's the thing. I'm of mixed mind with this because I think it's going to come out. It's not going to be great. But this is from the Project Cars people. And, you know, the main issues I had with the trailer was that the human beings look terrible. But this isn't a game about human beings. It's a game about cars.
No.
And
No.
It's a game about family.
It's a game about
Thank you.
family. You're right.
Thank you.
You're right. But at the end of the day, you're going to be driving in this game. And so as long as the driving is good, it's not going to be terrible. I'm going to go 65.
All right, let's see. We got Greg at 67, Bless at 65, Fran at 64, 59.
Fair enough.
50.
I was thinking about going that low. Which is 1 point above Anthem, I think, is what you said.
I feel like I'm
Or
high,
no.
but that's with the hopes that the Project Cars people do the Project Cars thing.
Yeah.
It's like
You
5.
don't think Vin Diesel will be the thing that elevates it?
No.
That never works.
Last of Us Part 2.
Especially when it doesn't look
He has the
Yeah,
weird
let's get
muscles.
the
He might be
Last
able to elevate a car.
Weird muscles.
Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us was at 90.
95.
Greg is the only one that played it.
I have. Who wants to touch me?
I do.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It smells like Neil Druckmann.
I'm going 97.
Holy shit!
Whoa! Look at that.
Damn!
I'm not going till Greg goes on this one. That's what I'm saying right now. 'Cause he's played it, and I feel like, just curious where he
I think
puts
the
it.
things that work against it are maybe the story is tropey or something in spots, or it just doesn't live up to what The Last of Us's original story was.
Yeah.
I think again, it's a preview. I've been burned before by video games. From the preview I played, this plays so much better and is so much more enjoyable from a thinking like, how am I going to get through this? What am I going to do in this area? Last of Us perspective. Like right there. You know what I mean? I think the environments I think obviously looks better. That's a stupid thing to say. It's Naughty Dog. They've had more years since PlayStation 4. Like I think this is going to be better than The Last of Us 1.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, are they going to think the story's tropey? Our expectations aren't going to be too high and there's no way it can meet it. Is it going to be that people have an axe to grind from before The Last of Us they think is overrated, so they come into this even harder, like their screws even tighter on, well, this sucked and that sucks, so I'm not thinking it's, as good or at 90 or whatever.
All that being said, too, you put it in a nice like that is one of the greatest video games of all time.
I think Last of Us is one of the greatest.
No,
video games
I'm
of all
with
time.
you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. But the sequel is it going to do that magic? too?
When Greg came
Yeah,
back from
it's
his
gotta
demo,
be-
I thought he saw God. I was like, oh wow, I can see a sparkle in his eye.
What did God of War get? Can you look that up?
That's
Oh,
actually a good
jeez.
question.
But it's not the
That shit
same.
got a 94.
It's not.
I think there's a lot of similarities.
Ah,
though.
it did. Look at that.
Oh, 94.
I just guessed out of nowhere.
I don't think so, because God of War, I think there's expectation on it, but it wasn't coming off the most successful God of War. You know what I mean? And granted,
Yeah.
there's only been one last
It
one,
was
but I mean,
more like a Doom 2016 situation.
exactly. It was like, hey, let's reboot all this. They're not
Yeah.
rebooting this. This is part 2 of the same story. Like it's not even Last of Us 2.
Yeah,
it's part
Yeah,
2.
but
Yeah.
I think it's similar in the sense that it's a recent PlayStation exclusive
And
masterpiece.
that's my thing is that
Yeah.
I just think that when we're thinking about PlayStation exclusives now, there is a new bar set, and I think that this is going to cross that bar.
I'm gonna lower by 1 point. I'm gonna say 96.
By the way, where did
That 94 for God of War has me worried.
this may sound odd, but where did Days Gone end up after all of it?
Days go
Yeah.
by.
Well, it's interesting because some people really enjoyed it. However,
71.
critics, originally it was in the 60s.
Click on it, because I want to see. It's a 71 for critics. What do users say?
probably at 99.
100.
81.
81. Yeah, so it's funny. Yeah, the users liked it more than critics because of a lot of the early preview stuff.
I'm saying 90 for Last of Us.
90 for Last of Us?
90?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I'm gonna.
crazy.
You're wildin'.
I'm crazy.
I don't think that's why is that
That
at
crazy?
all?
90?
A 90?
For Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah.
You
Did
know how
we
many
see the
tens this
same
game's gonna
gameplay
get?
trailer? You saw when she hit under the car? It's a
I'm just
gameplay
saying,
mechanic.
A lot,
she
of,
see-
a,
killed
lot
that
of
dog.
a lot of the points Greg made, I think, are solid points, and I think this is where The Last of Us, there was no expectation of what this game was going to be. These were the Uncharted
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
What was this game going to be? And that's why that game.
Uncharted 3 out of 10.
Reviewed so well because it blew everybody's expectations out of the water. Where this is just like, how do you follow that up?
This game's getting 10s, and when a game
I don't
gets
think
IGN
10s,
will give this a 10.
Yeah.
GameSpot will give
yeah,
this a 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like that, those scores alone are gonna
I
like,
think it'll get 10s. I don't know
raise
if
this up.
it'll get a lot of 10s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
but, like, at a
to get it down to a 9,
yeah,
you
at a
need
certain point, you need
8s.
8s. Yeah. It's like, who's giving Last of Us Part 2 an 8 unless there's something in there that's like, oh, wow, they really dropped the ball on this.
Yeah,
sick of
and
90.
to your point earlier about multiplayer, this game doesn't have that.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
shedding anything that even could lose it points.
Well, people love the. Yeah. But,
Yeah, people did, but then I'm sure there's a lot of people.
You're right.
Yeah, it's funny that because like IGN can only give it a 9 or 10. There's nothing in between now. So
Oh, yeah. That's
changes.
Yeah, that's true.
changes. I mean, it's funny because they will influence others just by doing the review. Probably it happens, you know. Dang, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be one of the highest ones.
I'm gonna
I
say
think we
96.
all agree. Wow.
296s so far.
I'm so close to giving it a 96. I'm gonna say 95 though.
Yeah, that's right where I'm at on this one. going to go with a 93.
Marvel's Avengers.
This could be anywhere. This is like a spectrum of where it could be.
Mine down for this too.
It's like anywhere from a 65 to a 87.
I wrote down an 83, and I'm going to stick with it. Whatever went into writing that into the Excel sheet. That was the last one on my list before I ducked out to catch the Uber. So I'll just stick with it. Yeah. My reasoning was a lot of I thought a little bit about, I know it has some Destiny-esque stuff. I thought a little bit about that, but certainly in the world of Tomb Raiders and just games that those folks have done. And whatever the case, I think it's going to be cool, but it's going to have some of those flaws. And, it's going to be freaking awesome to play as some of these characters in that full fidelity. And so, anyway.
I would have
how I
went
arrived at
82.
Yeah, super close.
But
Wow.
with the delay, I think it bumps it up a little bit more.
Really?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Got that polish?
Substantially more.
You getting up to 88?
No, not that high. I mean, a couple points here is that's substantial when you're talking
Sure.
about like 80 and above. I'll probably go. It's either 84 or 5.
You can always change it if, you know what I mean? Is it?
Don't do that with your
Aren't
tongue
the-
ever again.
I'm going to go.
Little cheek slap.
You know what? I want to fucking believe, man. 85. Let's
right?
fucking go, guys.
Is it
Y'all
just-
are wildin'.
Is it, and isn't it weird? Like, it isn't just me, right? Picking those 5 numbers seems weird, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Or
because
is it just me? It seems like a cop out. It's like, well, it's probably going to be an 84, 86. What are the chances it could be 85? That's what's keep happening to me.
Really?
Because it's
Oh,
in the middle.
I'm going 84. I'm
now
going
that-
84.
Maybe
now-
it's just me.
I think for me, now that we know that we have to nail the numbers, that's why I'm sticking away from the 5s, just because I'm like, that's too easy.
See, I know, but
too
like,
easy.
nothing stops games.
I'm
from
going to
getting an
go
85.
71.
I'm going
Wow.
for Marvel's Avengers, a game I am excited to play and very interested in. 68.
I knew he was going to drop a big.
I think it's a
big
games as a
bomb.
service. I think
Means
it's
it's okay.
That's the big
I think
thing.
it's them. I think it's Crystal venturing out into that for the first time. I think it's going to be like every other, or not every other, the majority of games as a service that launch, and it is not the complete vision. This is what it is. Hopefully, the story is really cool and the voice acting is awesome. From all the clips we've seen of Troy and Nolan and all them, it looks great, right? Travis, what up? Laura, I won't keep going down the cast. It all seems awesome, and I want to play that, and I want to see that, but it is still like, I'm waiting for that preview event invite of come here and we'll put you into groups of 4 and you'll play the story stuff and then you'll come over and play together and see what that's like. And is that fun? Does that work? Let alone the fact that, they have plans for other characters and content and stuff like that. All right, cool. Like, do they deliver on day one with that? Do the servers deliver?
Yeah,
Does the,
and
the balancing?
Destiny 2 had an 83 on Metacritic, I want to say. And then
85.
That was well reviewed.
Oh, sorry,
though, by the
PC,
way.
83.
83. And then Tom Clancy's Division 2 on PS4 has an 82. And I don't think Marvel's Avengers is going to launch as well as either of those.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's not a knock against them. It's just a knock against how hard that
What did I
genre
pick
is.
again?
It's not launched, though.
Yeah,
By
exactly.
the
It's
end
by
of
the
the
end
year.
of the year. So.
But I don't think they're going to go back and actually won't re-review
think
it
they
that
will.
quickly.
Oh, right.
No
That's
way.
a good point.
But I mean, even
I think they will. They've been doing that a lot.
Not
That's
that
a good
quickly.
point,
They
though,
just
Yes.
re-reviewed Battlefront 2. That was a year later.
Avengers coming out in September, though.
Yeah, you
And
do
so
that.
Yeah,
they-
you're right.
they-
September. It's not May. It's not
Yeah,
May.
they're not going to re-review by that time. And also, like, these scores that we just read are scores that have had time to breathe. And so that's where I'm sticking.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
it's a good point. Major
Yeah, it
patches
is.
may not necessarily affect it. Like Days Gone's a good example. Like again, I'm not saying Days Gone is necessarily not a 70 or it is an 80, but you see a big discrepancy between what users thought versus the initial press, and it didn't change.
I think this game does not look great, and everything we've seen of it does not look great. I think that it has the elements to be great as the lowest common denominator of getting people into these type of games, and it's Avengers.
Yeah,
All they need to
exactly.
do is give enough interesting story beats and character moments and make it fun enough to play as multiple characters. And I think that people are going to really latch on to it. So I'm sticking with the 84.
You guys scared me though. Yeah, this one's a tough one.
I don't mean to scare you. I just want to tell you the truth.
All right, I'm going to take a couple of these off.
Okay, coward.
I mean, I don't think that we need... Originally, I planned Imran being on the show, so like there was a couple that were more geared towards him.
Nerdy shit thing.
Sorry, guys.
Like Bravely Default 2.
Yeah, no worries.
So, okay. Dying Light 2.
Kevin, what did Dying Light 1 get on Metacritic?
Beloved. Maybe after the fact, but
Yeah, I think I was gonna say,
I don't remember if
beloved it was.
concurrently it was loved, but Kevin,
Because I know y'all liked it here.
yeah,
I can't remember how it reviewed.
they supported it for so long. Which was one of the
PlayStation
big
4
part.
Dying Light got a 74.
Yeesh.
Enhanced
it's-
Edition got an 86, which I think is important for this.
Yeah, as things came around. It's a
Yeah.
good point.
You know, then
Wow.
What did the Outer Worlds get?
Oh, my neck.
Different type of game, but my gut
Very
has the
well
exact
reviewed.
same feeling about it, where I'm just like, whatever.
That game
it's just a
did
fucking
very
game.
well. I wouldn't be surprised if that's
Two-
like an 87.
2 words, and there's an S at the end of Outer Worlds.
It's all right. There, 82. No, 80, 86 for the console version. Look at that. Yeah, it was very well reviewed.
86.
There you go.
I say 83.
I was.
It was
not-
another one that looked cool. I think it's better than the first one, and it's got cool shit going on. But I just don't know if it's got enough personality to really make it.
I
stand
saw
out.
a behind closed doors demo of it 2 E3s ago, and I thought it had a lot of personality
Okay.
in a way that I think might be to its detriment. I think it's a little too ambitious. That I don't think it's going to cross that 90 line of hitting every single thing great. There's too many things of like, oh, if you choose to do this way, you don't even see all of that stuff.
Yeah, like if you flood the village.
Yeah,
all this stuff
and I think
happens.
that is going to be cool, but I think it's going to keep it in that mid
be some
80s range.
frustration.
You know what it reminds me a bit of? The latest Metro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Metro
Exodus?
Exodus.
Yeah. was that
Metro
Exodus?
Exodus was the first game that I was going to ask him to bring
Wait,
up, and I was going to copy the score
Or
of.
is it 2033? Wait, what is
It was Exodus.
Metro
It is
Exodus.
Exodus.
Yeah.
Okay. Every calm now.
Well, he questioned it.
I did.
I believed it.
Okay.
But that reviewed
Yeah, you're
pretty
right.
well.
You're right. 80s, 80 and 82.
Yeah. It's funny. That's where I was at with it. I'm gonna go with 83.
I'm also
That's
going
what I
to
said,
go
right?
83.
Did you?
Oh, we're all on the same page now. What's up?
I was already
We're all
gonna
getting some
guess
points. We're
83.
sharing some
so
points.
I don't even.
All right. We're already at this point. Since Avengers, we don't know the release dates for these games. So Dying Light, we don't have a release date.
Yeah.
The rest of them, we don't have a release date.
Pat upon two.
Ghost of
Thank
Tsushima.
you. I was gonna say.
Oh, man.
Ghost of Sushi. God, I know so
These
little.
are so hard, man. Like
We don't know nearly enough. They showed a
spoilers.
glimpse.
Halo Infinite's coming up too. Like
Yeah, they showed a
there's-
glimpse of the gameplay at the Game Awards, and that's all we've seen, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's seen anything else. No?
Well, no, we saw behind closed doors at E3. And
Oh, you
they've
did?
shown stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
We have seen gameplay.
No,
I think
I
they
said we
showed
didn't
you
at
at,
some point.
at E3
the
on
flute-
stage,
the
or
flute
the
thing.
presentation. They showed the actual gameplay, and then it was in a different.
Did they show the?
Yeah,
they did.
They did, but it was like it wasn't combat. I don't.
No,
think.
there was
It
combat.
Really? In
Yeah.
the very first reveal.
Not the very
Not the first reveal.
Because that was
But
at
later
like
one.
E3 reveal.
yeah, the E3. I think after that, the very first
Gameplay
reveal was at like
reveal.
Tokyo
Can you
Game
find
Show
that
or
at all,
something.
Kevin? Huh.
And then at E3, there was a guy that was playing. This was like after the Last Was Church thing that everybody got mad at because they had to go into the other room. And then the guy was playing the flute, and then somebody was on screen playing Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, and it looked pretty cool.
That really happened. I love it.
That didn't really happen. As I was saying it, I was like, was this really E3?
Yeah.
What I want to toss out, Metacritics for the Infamous series. Infamous 1, 85. Of course, we're talking about Sucker Punch. Infamous 85. Infamous 2, 83. Infamous Second Son, 80. Infamous First Light, 73, which is
Whoa.
a criminal.
Yeah,
underrated
First Light
there.
was better than the Second Son.
100%.
Yeah.
Type in rocket. Robot. on wheels.
Robot on wheels,
Oh,
baby.
yeah,
I
Let's
bring it
go.
Did we
back
talk
to
about
the
this on show
We
yet?
did, on
Yeah,
Games
we
Daily.
did. We
Even
did.
showing up.
I freaking love
Maybe
Rocket Robot on Wheels.
Oh wait.
Rocket
Maybe
colon
on N64.
Robot on Wheels.
You could just do. It's probably not on Metacritic then, huh? That's a shame.
Yeah, because this was
Nope.
99 maybe.
99.
Wonder if you type robot N64. Anyway, did they do anything between that and Infamous?
Sly Cooper. Come on.
Yeah,
oh, duh,
it
yeah.
was a PS2
duh.
generation.
I knew
Fuck
I
up,
was missing
Fran.
something.
You know what I
big.
mean?
I was getting there.
That's what I was
Greg.
wondering. I was like, why do you
Maybe
go all the way back to
You know,
Rocket
if
Robot on
I
Wheels?
point at a fucking PC tower, you're like, oh, it looks like a 1545
No.
80 radar over there. You know what I mean?
It was because I was.
What did Sucker Punch work on?
No, I was staring at the search result. I wanted you to find robots. guys are
And I don't know if Sly Cooper, honestly, I'm not even bringing in the conversation because I don't think that has as much resonance
Wait.
here. I think
Just gonna make it easy for everybody. Guess what I'm gonna pick?
6, 7, 9.
85.
88.
Oh, 88.
Favorite. I think that again, it's hitting in, man, just the style and like we went through, like Sekiro, Neo. I don't know the exacts of the gameplay yet, but they're loving those types of games right now. So I feel like it hits on something that's very popular right now. Is why I'm saying it.
What did Horizon Zero Dawn get?
Oh yeah.
Now we're asking the questions.
Because I think that's going to be
There
my
you go.
number.
That's a perfect.
'Cause this one-
89.
89?
No.
89.
Did it? There you go.
I'm giving it an 89.
I'm gonna go 89 as well. That's where I was. I was
Really?
starting to tiptoe around. What are you thinking, Bliss?
I don't think it'll resonate as much as Horizon Zero Dawn did. But I think it'll be a great first party exclusive. So I'm gonna go 86.
What makes you say that?
That won't
Just
resonate
gut?
like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Or what? Yeah, like why?
Racism.
When they're both
I think,
beautiful.
I think comparisons.
Yeah.
I think that Ghost of Tsushima has more easy comparisons than Horizon did when it comes to like we think Ghost, we think Sekiro. And that's just because of setting. That's just
Yeah,
because
it's a lot.
of
See,
that's
I don't
the
even know
type of
because for
thing.
me, I think I just don't know if Sucker Punch Actually, I don't know because
How dare
freaking
you, whatever you're about
it
to
was the
say.
Killzone studio that did Horizon, and that was a shot.
And that's my point. That's why I think it's going to be similar.
I do think that Horizon seemingly, again, based on just assuming in the style of Gaiden games or Sekiro or whatever, that there was something about Horizon that was almost more accessible. Like wasn't Zelda. It was this action,
yeah,
RPG
open world,
that-
Far Cry-ish with like some Witcher elements in there. Beautiful world,
Yeah.
great,
But,
great
I feel
story
like-
that resonated with people. Cool style. Whereas Ghost, that's the thing too. Like Ghost of Tsushima is something stylistically is familiar to us. Like we know what a samurai game looks like.
Yeah, but I feel like it can be samey. People are like, oh yeah, Neo, Sekiro, I didn't play them. Like, not for me.
Yeah.
That happens. It's funny. I'm just trying to mix you up.
Yeah, no. What did I say?
I
I'm
don't
sticking with that.
We're at, I'm at 89, Grace at 89, Bless at 86, and Fran at 88.
Yeah, I'm sticking with what I got.
Halo Infinite.
I don't know the Halo song.
Close.
I can't do it now. Yet.
What did Halo 5 get on Metacritic?
I'm on it. Halo 5 Guardians got an 84. Ouch.
About Halo 4. Take a look.
Halo 4 got an 87.
I know it's a difference.
What about God of War? Again?
Sorry. I already saw it. My bad.
Can you give me God of War again?
It was
94?
Yeah, it was 94. That's right.
Yeah, 94. You're out your
Halo
fucking
Infinite.
dome.
No.
So
I
we're
think,
taking-
I think that Halo Infinite is going to attempt to be God of War. It's not going to hit that. But I think that
Plus, it's got multiplayer.
I
Right?
think this is going to have more similarities to an attempt at God of War than a Halo 5.
Sure.
But people aren't gonna judge Halo on single player. I feel like if you're
I
reviewing
think
a
they
Halo,
will. I think
But,
it's
like,
both. I
I mean,
think if
both
you
for
nail
sure.
the single player, the multiplayer, like they're gonna have on lock. I think the campaign is gonna be the thing that gets the reviews high.
I don't know. I feel like for Halo specifically, if you nail the single player and have an incredible campaign, but the multiplayer isn't up to snuff with what Halo fans come to expect, you're still gonna like. It's
Oh no,
still
I
gonna, it's still
agree
gonna
with
suffer.
you. I think the multiplayer is going to be there though.
Okay.
I think it has to be. I think that by default it has to be. This one is one of the ones that I think has the biggest split between. It could totally be a low 8, or it could be God of War. I just
My
don't
thing
think
about
it could
it
be
is
God of War
this.
because God of War has so much going for it.
I do not think it can be a low 8. I think that Xbox and Phil and the entire team over there know what they need to do with this next generation, and that's deliver fucking kick-ass exclusives and revitalize things. I don't think it'll be a God of War revitalization because that footage they showed of that guy finding Master Chief in space, right, just looked like Halo.
No, it doesn't though. It doesn't.
To me, Greg Miller, casual
I
person
think
who's
the
played
reveal
Halo
was
games.
I know,
to
but like,
Halo,
but
yeah.
I think that to a lot of people that didn't give a shit about God of War, that saw the first like initial trailer of the God of War
Boy.
PS4,
Yeah.
they didn't know that much different anyways. Like I think that it's not until Halo, and I know that that's a
Yeah.
little bit different, but it's like I think that if Halo Infinite were to come out and everyone was like it's a fucking 10. That I think that it would just you'd be like, well shit, I'm in. I have to be. In the same way that I think God of War converted people.
I don't know if it can convert people in the same way. I think God of War, enough people like I feel like everybody already knew going in what God of War was. Not everybody was a fan of God of War, but at the very base, that God of War is just like not top down, but the camera is kind of pulled back, and it's a hack and slash game where you just go around and murder things, and Kratos is yelling and doing all that stuff. And so when you got that first reveal of God of War 2018, I think that hit a lot of people different because it seemed like way more of a tamed game, and when you start seeing the gameplay, it looks more like a Tomb Raider type game, which I think most people understood to be a departure from what we got. Whereas Halo, looking at the Halo trailer, I'm like, okay, cool. Is this a Halo cutscene? This looks really cool, but it didn't really strike me as a next step for Halo because I couldn't tell you what Halo is aside from a first-person shooter, like a very popular first-person.
Yeah,
shooter.
we haven't seen gameplay, so like it's
That's true. Yeah.
It's so like what I was thinking about is could you guys now, if you went back to the months after the initial God of War E3 reveal, when we were like, oh, like wow, that was like game of the show. Mm-hmm. But where would we have guessed then for Metacritic? Like, would you have guessed 94?
No way.
No.
Dude. The
What do you think you
conversation
would've guessed?
then was like, oh man, it's all Sony games look like Last of Us. They're all
Right.
trying the same thing.
What
This
would you
isn't
have
going to
guessed
work
then?
for God of War. What would I guess for God of War?
I mean,
I don't know.
Then, without
Yeah, probably a
high 80s or-
Yeah.
87 to 88.
right? And I
See-
feel like that's what we're. My point I wanted to
Yeah.
illustrate here, just to finish it, was it is so challenging without seeing any Halo gameplay, any like deep look at like what are they doing with this. My only personal reference point for this right now is Gears 5, and like whatever Sea of Thieves and some other stuff they've been doing internally. And so I'm like, obviously Halo, 5, but that was such an esports focus initially. I feel not that the campaign wasn't important, but you know what I mean?
You bringing up Gears, man, it's like
Yeah.
really making me feel the way that I am more.
Yeah. How
Like,
could it not be more-
I think it could be Gears 5. This is not going to be Gears 5. For better or worse, it's not going to be Gears 5. It's not just going to be more Halo. It's not just going to be more Gears. It is going to be an attempt at a God of War-ification of Halo.
Well,
and I don't
right.
know that that's
And-
going to hit. It won't hit in the same way God of War did.
When you say-
I
when you
really
say-
I'm
don't think
agreeing
so.
with you though.
When you
Tim. I mean,
When you say God of War-ification, right? Are you talking about just bringing in a new audience, or what are you saying?
I think it's a reboot of the game, and it doesn't. The story can continue, doesn't matter. But like when it comes from just the game, you could play this one and be like, "Damn, this is one of the best games of all time." This game is doing things in a modern way that are of consequence.
I'm gonna say 89. That's where I'm at.
87.
Yeah, my point I was trying to make though, Tim, was that like that was the Gears treatment. This is their premiere, like you're saying. Not that Gears isn't important; it's super important. And Rod and the whole team up there, Coalition, is incredible. Gears is awesome. It's funny. I still got to finish it, but I knew it was one of your top 5 for the year, right? Not everybody felt that way. Whatever, dude. Yeah, I would rate it higher than Metacritic, which was what 84 something in there.
Yeah,
Gears
84.
5, 84. But yeah, I feel like with Halo, I mean, this is the launch of a next-gen vision as well. And so, similarly to like what Nintendo tried to do with Breath of the Wild, I believe that's what they're trying to do. I'm not saying it's going to get a 97, but that's their focus. Like you're saying, this is it. If they spent so much money on the Xbox Vision and 343 and working together. So anyway, I do think that they wouldn't let it out the door and all that if it wasn't ready. I know they had some shakeups. So, of course, I'm ending up around an 88 for this one. But, yeah, without knowing anything, it goes back to my earlier point. I feel like I'm stuck saying, I think 87. And I don't know. I hope, I don't know. Is there going to be a way to change this if we see some gameplay?
No,
That sucks.
It's
like,
predictions.
rating
But,
a
I mean,
game
but
based
here's-
on no
here's my thing
gameplay
is
is balls.
And that's why
Seriously.
this one is so this
What
or
am I
that.
supposed to do?
Where not seeing the gameplay is either by design or they're just fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's for the Xbox reveal stage.
Yeah, like they want to
I'm
have
sure.
that pop. But
Because, dude,
But
Halo
you would
2,
agree
man,
it sucks for the purpose of this
Absolutely.
discussion.
But that's my thing is like Halo 2, when it had its E3 gameplay demo, that is undeniably one of the top 3 most holy shit E3 moments of all time.
Oh.
You just sold everyone
Oh
on
my
this
God.
game. Everybody that has any interest in video games needs to play this goddamn game, needs to buy an Xbox for this.
And Breath of the Wild probably would have been similar, but it was like, oh, there's going to be a Zelda on Switch. You don't know anything about it. What are you going to rate it, Tim? What do you think it's going to get? And you might be like, I don't know, 87, 88. Like, sucks. How can I guess higher without seeing anything?
They have so much to prove. This is the first time they're launching a console with Halo since the original Xbox, and I feel like they know that. I don't know that they're going to hit it. I don't necessarily believe they're going to hit it. So with all of that, I am probably going to go 88.
Look at you.
Oh wow, so you went lower than I did.
What'd you do to 89?
89.
Yeah, you went 89?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, what was Greg's?
86 was it?
How's Pat?
We've been going so long. On this
87.
conversation.
87.
Once I say it, I'm done. It's out of the chamber. I've swung away.
It's 87.
That's
87.
Double back now to what I gave any of them. I'm like, I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, I think the thing that might hold it
Shooting
back
bats out
a
of the
little
gun
bit
chamber? Is that what's happening?
from like even like reaching the if the campaign is incredible, which I think it can be incredible, the thing that'll hold it back is probably the multiplayer. Like it, I feel like the Halo fan base is hard to not necessarily hard to please, but when there's so many great shooters out there right now, it's going to be kind of hard to put out something that feels special and feels innovative and mind blowing. If you're putting out a multiplayer game.
I know we're going along on this bit, but I just want to say when it comes to Halo, 343 hasn't proven much, in the last generation. But recently, with Master Chief Collection, of how much they brought it back, they learned how to do the multiplayer stuff. Like where they're at now, I'm like, they're taking all of this into Infinite. I'm not worried about the multiplayer side.
Really?
I feel like the campaign side needs to just come out and be a freaking banger that everyone's like, it doesn't matter what system I have allegiance to, everyone's talking about this game, and if I don't play it, I'm missing out on the Game of the Year conversation. But I also have very high hopes for that. No More Heroes 3.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to this one. What did No More Heroes 1 and 2 get?
Coming up right now. Greg's on top of it.
Now, No More Heroes 2 came out in 2011 or 2010, I want to say.
No More Heroes 2008.
The
got
first one,
an
yeah.
83. No More Heroes 2 2010, 84. No More Heroes Paradise 2011, 72. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes 67.
Yeah. So, Heroes Paradise was the PS3 version. It came out and it was not good. And so that's the reason why I got like what you say, 70 something, 73?
72, sorry.
72. And then Travis Strikes Again was
that
the
mini
one.
game collection thing, right?
Yeah, it was like the one that came out last January on Switch, and it was the mini game collection, top down combat, all this stuff wasn't that great, but the trailer for the new No More Heroes, man, the one they showed off at Game Awards, they're setting it up to be something special, story wise at least. Like I can't really speak to gameplay at all because they haven't shown any gameplay, but the story of No More Heroes 3 looks really cool, looks really interesting. It's kind of like a reverse Avengers kind of thing where aliens are coming down to Earth to essentially conquer it and become their heroes. And so they're actually taking the hero's name and doing something like that in the game. But the thing is, Suda51, his games are cool, stylish, and they speak to his audience in a way that broadly don't necessarily hit the same way because there are usually things that you can pick apart, right? Like there's usually like the gameplay doesn't always feel innovative or groundbreaking. Usually he makes good hack and slash gameplay, right? Which is great, which is what people want. The thing that makes No More Heroes shine is the personality and is the characters and is the story and all that stuff and the soundtrack and all that stuff. So I'm going 86.
Mystic.
74.
Really?
I'm going to
Yeah.
stick at 83. I think, yeah.
81.
They're going to satisfy the fans.
There we go. Psychonauts 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. That's a tough one.
Beloved original franchise.
Cult
but
classic. 81. I've seen it in action. It looks like Psychonauts in the modern era.
yeah.
How far that'll take it,
Not
I don't
the
know.
biggest budget game in the
76.
Okay.
world.
80.
For the record, Psychonauts 87 on PC 2005. Psychonauts 86 on PS2 2005.
It was a VR game, right?
Yeah, Psychonauts Rhombus of Ruin 71 2017. But again,
Yeah.
here's this weird PSVR game we made. That's the bridge between Psychonauts and Psychonauts 2. A game that came out forever ago and a game that'll come out forever from now. So
I'm gonna go 84. I think it'll still get a lot of sentiment.
All right.
does that exist anymore though?
Yes,
That
yes, it
sentiment.
does.
No, because
Oh,
there's
it
like
does.
for you and me, old
James
people.
Williams gonna be like, yeah.
He married somebody who's stupid and likes the Muppets. So there you
She
go.
does like the Muppets. The last two we can do together because I think
Okay.
it'll be fun here. Watch Dogs Legion and
Ooh.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah.
Kingdoms,
Ooh.
Ragnarok. Insert subtitle here.
Oh yeah, what happened to Gods and Monsters?
I didn't
Nobody
put it
knows.
here.
Put it on the list.
So
I
Watch
feel like
Dogs.
it's a hard one. We just
Watch
don't know.
Dogs 2014 highest would have been an 80 on PS4. Watch Dogs 2 2016 highest 82.
This one's pretty ambitious.
What about them Assassin's Creed?
Can I
The last
predict
two.
that Assassin's Creed doesn't come out this year and get a point for that?
No, because I'm kind of with you.
Yeah, we have to assume it does, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get an extra point for guessing something doesn't come out.
Because like Watch Dogs getting delayed.
Oh my God, Assassin's Creed. Oh, hold on.
No, that's
Watch Dogs getting delayed into late year, I feel like delays Assassin's Creed. That would have been out late this year. And so I think that delays Assassin's Creed into either a year are we in? Fall 2020 or 2021 or spring 2021.
Did Watch
But-
Dogs get delayed?
Yeah, it was coming out in February or March. Both Gods and Monsters and Watch Dogs were supposed to come out.
You're right. Yeah,
They
yeah,
got
yeah.
pushed.
And then like pretty much all the Ubisoft games got
Till
pushed.
later in 2020, I think. I don't
Gotcha.
think they said.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey 83. Fuck you and everybody else who reviewed it that low. Assassin's Creed Origins, a smattering of different kinds of Origins. 84 looks like 85 actually. Xbox One. You're fucking crazy.
What are some of the highest scores on Odyssey? Yeah, like what the heck? Because Assassin's Creed has suffered from, I would say, and maybe rightly so, but it was like king of the eights. Like for so long, you're like, man, this game is so cool, but it's just kind of missing a few things. But man, it's so cool. But Odyssey nailed it in a lot of ways. What were some of the highest scores?
Games Radar gave it 100.
yeah.
PlayStation Lifestyle skipped off the page because of ads, which is always fun.
Oh my goodness.
Lost forever. 92 from IGN. People with taste. Easy Allies 90. People with taste.
So yeah, it definitely got
US
some
Gamer
good picks.
90. Twinfinite 90.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, we don't really know anything about the next one at all, right? It hasn't even been
No.
leaked.
There was
It's
the
not even been
rumors,
leaked or
right?
revealed
There was the-
officially.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
there are a
rumors.
lot of rumors.
All about Greece.
Ragnarok,
Greece?
it's multiplayer,
Right.
4-player.
Yeah,
right?
Oh, yeah,
four-player
that's
co-op,
right.
drop in, drop out. But
But
like
all that stuff seemed like it got
yeah, people were saying like these aren't real rumors, and so you don't really know what to believe.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
making
like
assumptions about Assassin's Creed. Make an ass out of you and me.
facts.
And Creed.
Out of you, me, and Yves Gilmore.
Yves Guillemot.
Watch Dogs, though.
Yeah,
Let's start
with
there.
Watch
Yeah, let's
Dogs.
come back
Watch
to
Dogs
that.
Legion, all right?
That the whole I forget what the system is called, but you can take over anybody
Yeah.
and play it. You don't. There's not really a main character. You're just like assembling an army of citizens.
I played at E3. I think Greg did too.
I did too. Yeah.
That system
That's
is
cool.
really cool, and I think might take that game far.
Yeah. I actually think it might put it a little over the edge of the previous ones.
100%.
If it pans out. They clearly needed more time with it, though.
The problem with it is I
Super
still think
ambitious.
it's just hard to do a game without a protagonist, where everyone's the protagonist. Because when everyone's the protagonist, no one's the protagonist.
I mean,
It's
Watch
like,
Dogs 1 didn't have a protagonist.
Yeah,
I'm going
because he was
83.
boring.
Yeah, I was going to go 85.
I want to say 83 as well.
I'm gonna say 84.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.
And the final one, Assassin's Creed, the next one.
Ragnarok. No, we know nothing about it, or if it's actually called Ragnarok.
Yeah, I was about to say, we don't even know.
I mean,
what's
I think it's delayed, but I'm gonna also say 85. Well, yeah, 85, because this was the off year, and this is gonna be their second one of these from this specific Ubisoft
Yeah,
studio.
They finally have their time in the sun. I mean, Ubisoft's been killing it overall.
So this might be Origins 2, basically.
Fucking Odyssey was better than everybody knows.
Yeah, so it's not Odyssey 2.
I'm going to go on the high end of this one. I'm going to believe that they finally have just done just an
What do you mean
awesome
finally?
job.
They did.
Again, but they
Odyssey's
keep getting
fantastic.
These, it is, but
Origins,
again,
a lot of people
it
think
got
it's
an
fantastic.
83
I don't agree.
Metacritic. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So I think they'll turn the tide a little bit on the lower end, and I was going to say it'll get an 87.
Wow.
Yeah. believe that this one finally, especially if it has these rumored multiplayer components. I mean, that's
The rumor multiplayer component's not cool.
yeah.
If it was drop in, drop out, run around, some kind of Borderlands kind
They
of
could
shit.
also be not cool though.
Totally.
Yeah.
Could totally fuck it up.
So
No gameplay, no name, no information.
see, this is one where it's going into next gen. This is
Yeah.
going to be on next gen as well. So
Exactly.
it's going to be like a Black Flag situation, but modernized a bit more. What did Black Flag get? Can you
I
look
don't
that
think
up?
Black Flag's the best example though.
Why
I
not?
feel like it was still one of the ones. It was rushed. Like all their assassins were rushed for so long,
But
right?
Black
But I
Flag
feel
is
like
like
Black Flag wasn't.
Black Flag was the one that
Black
a lot of
Flag was
people
Black
like-
Flag's in 83 on PS4.
yeah,
Yeah.
There you go. Well, wasn't
Man, should
it
I just
year on
say
year
83?
then?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm going 83.
In other
you
words,
changed mine to 83. I'm going 83.
I'm
You
going
know-
to say 83 as well.
Yeah, but Tim, they all suffer from year on year, didn't they? Weren't they like every year?
Assassin's
They-
Creed Burnout
yeah.
at that point, yeah.
Yeah, but,
But-
finally we're in every 2 years, maybe. Like we didn't get one
Yeah.
at the end of last year, and now seemingly we will get one at the end of this
Because it was,
year.
I think it was 3 people.
So-
People disliked. I think Black Flag was after 3, and like people actually really like Black Flag from what I remember. But
Yeah,
then
I'm
it-
not saying it's not good.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like they're all.
But then
they're
then it was
missing a little bit of that time they needed.
What came out after?
That
I think it was
Odyssey guy.
Unity. People weren't feeling. Syndicate. People weren't feeling.
Really not feeling.
Yeah, and then the break, and then Origins came out, and people were like, "Oh yeah," and then Odyssey came out, and Greg was like, "Oh yeah."
Hell yeah, I was.
Yeah, I just think that it being for 2 different generations of consoles, even though I think that means less than ever before, I do think it's going to take it down from being an 87. Like I think it's going to be the best version. Even is going to be lesser than what it could have been.
Which
so,
is?
83. All of us
you
are
said-
83 except you.
Oh, okay, on the high end. Awesome.
Yeah. So that's it, man. Those are our predictions for 2020. Very excited to look back at this in the end of the year and see where we all fall out. Remember, the rules are we have to guess the exact number and you get a point for that. We'll do the final tally then.
Okay.
Now it's time for
What
the
if-
post show. We'll hang,
Oh,
out, with,
post
hang
show.
out with the chat for a little bit.
Got the
See what's
post
going
show
on there.
party.
So another
on
long
patreon.com
Gamescast, baby.
What do you do? Since it could be so.
Well, we're not winning anything. We're not actually winning these $4 in
Why not?
Oreos.
No.
No, the Oreos are just up for grabs. They're not part
Is
of the
that
bet.
peanut butter?
No, it's
Oh.
so these are carrot cake
And coconut.
then those are coconut. Yeah,
It's time for the
They're
post show. Love you guys.
coconut-
Bye.